Eastside partner, big Snoopy Dio, turn like Dilo, catch me on the Devo. Long Beach with me, the city in the turf jump. Get turf stump, fucking with the turf pump. I'm geeked up, I'm on my tempo. Turn it up, yes, what you here for? I'm going all in, that's what I do. My little niggas jerking, what's up with you? Some little rapping ass, niggas tapping out. I'm almost 20 in, what the fuck you rapping about? My niggas peeled up, the homies going in. I'm all in the club, bro, doing it crib. You see a G, you better know the deal. You see the colors, fool? I'm in the streets for real. I'm kicking on these hoes, do them like domino. I slam them on their back, tell them vomino. That's what I heard him say. The 38 the same colors as Chevrolet. 501 zone, gangsters looking good. I'm in the club, home, chunking up the hood. We the West boy, yeah, you see the shirt. Smoking on that coke, fucking with that perk. I gotta get her money, baby hella thick. She said her name was Seven, call me Michael Vick. Cause I'm a dog, ho, give them the dick and dash. Fuck what you call, folk, if I ain't hit the ass. I'm Snoopy Ego Dub, I get it poppin' good. And when I'm in the building, they get the poppin' up. They get to spending cash, screaming T.I.U. Now gon' turn it up, little mama look at you. I'm gigging on these hoes, do them like domino. And slam them on their back, and tell them vomino. It's all good, from Diego to the Bay. Your city is the bomb if your city making pay. Pull up a finger if you feel the same way. Straight putting it down for California, yeah.
with the same sex. I show no love, the homo thug, empty out, almost. How you gonna explain fucking a man? Even if you squash the beef, I ain't touching your hand. I don't fuck with trucks. For those that been in jail, that's the cat with the Kool-Aid on his lips and punk. I don't fuck with niggas that think they bras. Only know how to be one way, that's the dog. I know how to get down, know how to fight. Stop every now, I know how to fight. I know how to chase a cat in the street. Man, I get y'all niggas fucking with me. To the sun come up, crack a 40 when the sun go down. It's a cold winter, y'all niggas better bundle up. And I better be a hot summer rapper when you just rock it down. You hot now, listen up. Don't you know God's sole purpose is to lock us down and throw away the king. Throw it out this drug shit, these niggas ain't got no way to eat, huh? We still trying to keep up smiling, cause when the teeth stop showing and the stomach start growling, then the heat start flowing. If you from the hood, I know you feel me. If a sneak start bleeding and the heat stop working, then my heat start working, I'm robbing your person. Catching niggas sleeping while he out in the open, and I'ma get him. We gotta raise our kids while we living, make $1 million off a record belt. My niggas out of prison, fuck a Benny or Alexis. My boys in the squatter, niggas talk reckless, then I hit you with your slipping. But I'm never snitching, I'm a rider. If my kids hungry, snatch the dishes out your kitchen. I'll be violent and they pick me out of honor. We keep the nines tough, chop the nines up, rap about it. Wild out, fuck the niggas up, laugh about it. I'm not trying to visit.
With so much drama in the LBC, it's kinda hard being Snoop Dogg Double G. But I somehow, some way, keep coming up with funky ass shit like every single day. May I kick a little something for the G's and make a few ends as I breeze through 2 in the morning and the party still jumping cause my mama ain't home. I got bitches in the living room getting it on and they ain't leaving till 6 in the morning. So what you wanna do? Shit, I got a pocket full of rubbers and my homeboy do too. So turn off the lights and close the door. But for what? We don't love them hoes. Yeah. So we gon' smoke an ounce to this. G's up, hold it down while you motherfuckers bounce to this. Laid back. With my mind on my money and my money on my mind. Rolling down the street, smoking and laid back. With my mind on my money and my money on my mind. I got me some secret gin. Everybody got their cups, but they ain't chipped in. Now this type of shit happens all the time. You gotta get yours before I gotta get mine. Everything is fine when you're listening to the DOG. I got the cultivating music that be captivating me. Who listens to the words that I speak as I take me a drink to the middle of the street. We get to mackin' to this bitch named Shady. She used to be the homeboy's lady. 80 degrees when I tell that bitch please raise up off these NUTs cause you get none of these at ease. As I mob with the dog pound filled with breeze. Biatch up J. Laid back. With my mind on my money and my money on my mind. Laid back. With my mind on my money and my money on my mind.
My whole clique about it. We take yours right out it. Step up the horse, wanna crowd around it. You see me knock them on TV. Back. Green, Bloody Mary. 1, 2, 3. She ain't your usual friend. I can set you up like Heisen, walk straight at the end. I'm done with ice charms. I'm trying to ice my whole casket when I'm gone. Pull up the class and the dog. Once I meet him, I greet him. Kiss his feet for freedom. Tell him thank you, Lord. Cause on earth I was getting bored. Now resurrect me back to this cat or sheep. So I can make the sound and get back to cats that's sleep. 230, 6'2", me punch for you, that's like a cat versus a pit bull. Gun, no flip bull, keep hunger and plan for the future, cause you figure you gon' be older, way longer than you gon' be younger.
Don't turn the clippers on. Never mind. This is the chaos of live broadcast. I never thought the day would come that I would be getting a haircut at the home of British boxing, York Hall, Bethnal Green. I am Charlie Parsons from the Stomping Ground, and I am also joined by my brother at the Stomping Ground, Mr. Oscar Bevis. And here we are, fight week is underway. Some of the guys did their media yesterday. I believe we're getting up. I want to give a big shout out to Ryan from Champs Barbers. I've just had my hair done. And hopefully we are looking good. This is the chaos of live broadcast. Oscar Bevis is not getting up. I am though, and that's fine. I can talk to you guys. The media is underway. The guys yesterday, they came in for the media day. Derek Chisora, Deontay Wilder, fight 50 for the both of them. There we are. Trimmed up, how are we?
I'm good. This is an absolute pleasure. And how fitting that it's at the place where it all started for me and you, by the way, York Hall, about 4 or 5 years ago. This has a different feel to other fight weeks. MF Pro told you they were going to bring chaos, and that is exactly why you open a stream with me and you, getting a little trim up, avoiding cameras, avoiding the crowd, and trust me, there is a crowd in here ready to see Derek Chisora and Deontay Wilder hit the pads ready ahead of Saturday night. Let's take a seat, boy.
Well, what a card we have got on Saturday night. As is always with the workouts, you'll see the fighters go through their paces. There we are. We're not looking too bad at all. Hair looks all right. Make sure live on Saturday night, buy the pay-per-view on DAZN, DAZN.com/MFPro. York Hall, the home of British boxing. We're seeing a lot of fight week events now, and people still love it. They come out the same way. Like you said, in Misfit style, we've got a barbers here, we've got a punch bag here. It's chaotic, but in boxing, the chaos is fun.
Chaos is fun, and chaos is what MF Pro promised to bring. Look, fight weeks, like you said, they're an event now, all right? Saturday night is where it goes down. Saturday night is what matters. But you get media days, you get open workouts, press conferences and weigh-ins. Trust me, there's a storyline here, but there's also a storyline to be built as the week goes on. We head towards Saturday.
We'll talk about storylines. There is Gareth A. Davies eating a kebab in proper Misfits fashion, stood by Coogan Cassius, and he's going to, go on Gareth. Gareth A. Davies is going to interrupt the stream. I thought he was going to bring in his kebab. I thought you were going to bring the kebab in, Gareth.
No. Excuse me. Tuna and cucumber bagel. Hey, you two, make it sing today, yeah? It's a big moment, Oscar. Don't fuck it up, yeah?
I love that, Gareth. Come on, broadcast. Swear straight away. Bring the tuna breath to the stream. Apologise for the language to the viewers at home.
I'm so glad you can't smell what I just smelled it.
Yeah, I know. Look, let's talk about Saturday night. We saw the guys. You spoke to Deontay Wilder yesterday, quite emotional going into fight 50. Joked just a little bit, said how much he loves it, said maybe 100 bouts. Derek Chisora, the same as we've always seen. However, said he's enjoying the media. He's certainly done a lot of it. What have you taken away from what you've seen from both guys?
What I took away yesterday is that despite what he says, Deontay Wilder will not be fighting another 50 times after Saturday night. There was one thing that was very prominent. I showed him a few pictures later on this week. I showed him a picture of Robert Hellenius. I said those right hand and left hand, they're gifts and responsibilities. Right, you can do serious damage with him. And he said he looked at that picture of Robert Hellenius, eyes rolled back, knocked out flat on the canvas, struggling for breath. He said, by the way, we've had a good relationship, but that could be Derek Chisora on Saturday night. I sensed something. It was kind of like it unlocked and it entered that bronze bomber stage. As for Derek Chisora, you never know what you're going to get. Kala and Nissa Sauerland don't know what they're going to get, and they've been involved with the man for 10 to 15 years. So look, unpredictability, but I think we can promise one thing. It's not going to disappoint.
Well, it's not going to disappoint indeed. You've got 2 hours of us talking, so I'm sure we will repeat those very same words as we go in for the first fight of the open workout. No, or not. We're now being told to carry on, which is absolutely fine. The thing is, even when we're off camera, we're not off camera this is the chaos. I mean, talk about getting absolutely thrown into the deep end. We love it. That's what we're here for. I don't know how long we've got now until this first open workout. I believe Tom Welland, a great lad, but just from being around Derek Chisora, it's interesting because I weirdly said to him, I said, if you looked at this fight 5 years ago, I don't think anyone would have had him going in as the favourite, and now I don't think really, from speaking to people in and around boxing, that anyone really gives Deontay Wilder much of a chance. That's not me disrespecting him, that just seems to be the word on the ground, which is mental, but Derek has been such a servant to British boxing. I'm not sure we can quite believe he's retiring though.
I said to him a couple of weeks ago, we've done a banyo sauna together. If you don't know what a banyo sauna is,
interesting.
Honestly, I've done that with Derek Chisora, and it was one of the weirdest things I've ever done. I said to him, look, we don't believe you. And he said, why don't you believe me? I've never promised you I'm retiring before. I've always told you I'm going to hit 50.
49 is meant to be the last stance, I will say.
Well, last stance, like that.
The last stance, yeah, there we are.
The last stance square. No, I believe this is it for Derek Chisora, which adds some kind of strange storyline to this fight, because I'm looking at Deontay Wilder yesterday, and he's telling everyone in the room, by the way, you do realise when I knock Derek Chisora out, I'm going for Alexander Usyk, I'm going for Moses Atalma, I'm going for Fabio Wardley. So it's a real contrast. Two guys who are 50 fights in, and granted both near the end of their career, Derek very much so. But Deontay is adamant, I knocked Derek Chisora out, and there is still fights in boxing left for me.
You say that you noticed something within Deontay Wilder this week. Is it different to what us and maybe some of the boxing public are saying about what he comes to bring this fight? Reading a man's demeanour is one thing, but obviously being written off, given some of the defeats he's faced. How do you assess it?
I mean, it's easy for the mask to slip in the boxing ring, so everything we hear from Deontay Wilder, or everything I can tell you I've seen.
Good afternoon, London, and welcome to the media workout. We have a big night of boxing coming your way this Saturday from the O2 Arena here in London as MF Pro and Queensberry presents An Icon Will Fall as Derek Chisora collides against Deontay Wilder in one of the most highly anticipated heavyweight slugfests in recent memory. Today you are going to see most of the fighters work out for all of you ahead of their Saturday showdown. Also, tomorrow will be the final press conference here at York Hall, and on Saturday afternoon at 5 o'clock local time, we will have the ceremonial weigh-in. The event is sponsored by Rainbet, Oosh, Cold Beverages, and TCU 29. We want to welcome our first fighter inside the ring. He will kick off Saturday afternoon competing in the featherweight division with a record of 9 wins, opposite 1 defeat, 5 wins coming by way of knockout hailing. From Wickford, United Kingdom, ladies and gentlemen, introducing Tom Welland. Tom Welland working out for all of you. Make some noise for Tom. Tom Welland. Tom will match up against Mexico's own Yair Alexander Morales.
Right, apologies if there was any audio issues at the start. We are hoping to get it moving so you can hear us talk seamlessly. It's annoying. We did preview Deontay Wilder and Derek Chisora fight on Saturday night, but that's fine. We can do that again. We are live, you guys, for 2 hours. Tom Welland in the ring now, Oscar. What can we expect to see from him on Saturday night?
First off, I'm really disappointed they didn't put him
No! We'll do it again. We'll do it again.
Tom Welland, 9 wins, 1 defeat, fighting a Mexican on Saturday. I think he's a Mexican. Not having his last fight. Coming back off a defeat as a young fighter is very difficult. I feel like it's your second being as such, but I think this fight and this performance on Saturday night will tell us a lot about Tom Welland and where he will go in the sport. It's easy to bowl over opponents that you know you're better than in the early stages, but coming back from a defeat, suffering a defeat can take a real mental toll, and overcoming that and winning on Saturday night at the O2 Arena as well. will just give Tom that little nudge of confidence. I mean, he can kick on for a big rest of 2026.
I was going to say, talk about setback to comeback. A win here on this card. You talk about confidence and obviously coming back from a big knockout defeat like he did. That can play on the mind. He gets a win here and you'd think he goes forward full flow. MF Pro, he's going to be one of the more active fighters on the stable. We'll see lots of him.
Yeah, he's been with Kala and Nissa from day dot in his professional career. They believe in him, and that's exactly why after a professional defeat, he now fights on the undercard of Derek Chisora versus Deontay Wilder. I wasn't there, but I know people who were, and let me tell you one thing. There's a loss that you can take early on in your career, and Tom won't mind me saying this, the manner of that defeat. I mean, it was brutal. At the Brentwood Centre, you could hear a pin drop. Really tough one to come back from, but I tell you what, it will be another chapter in what I believe is going to be a brilliant story for Tom Whelan. This is a really talented young fighter.
We have Tom Whelan working out. He matches up against Jair Alexandra Morales to begin the night on Saturday at the O2 Arena, live on DAZN. Our first matchup in the ring just after.
Ask someone like that, Marcus Smith, and go, what's it like competing on the highest level? What can I soak in from you? And if you've got an England Rugby International watching you, following you closely, you're in good footsteps.
Yeah, look, his Filipino background means he knows a lot of elite athletes. And of course, in the Philippines, there is only one king, Manny Pacquiao. And he knows Manny Pacquiao. He's had pre-fight messages from Manny Pacquiao before. So when you talk about men invested in his journey, an elite rugby player in Marcus Smith, one of the best we've ever seen and will see in Manny Pacquiao. People are interested in this kid, and there is a reason for that, because he can fight.
I thought you were going to say one of the best rugby players we've ever seen, and I love you, Marcus, but I know Oscar ain't a rugby man.
I know.
That would have been an absolute lie if I've ever heard one.
What I know about rugby, you can write on a matchbox.
Well, our feedback is the mics are fixed.
Look
so
at that power, ladies and gentlemen, by Tom Whelan. Just a preview of what you can expect on Saturday. Greatly appreciate Tom Whelan working out for all of us. He aims to take his record to 10 wins on Saturday. Don't forget, Saturday night's event is brought to you by MF Pro and Queensberry, live on the global home of boxing at DAZN.
I want to myself give a massive shout out to Aaron Woodcock, his trainer. I've known him for a good few years, worked his way up the small hall circuit, and now getting his dues, working with a lot of top fighters. This is a man that has the potential to be one of Britain's best coaches, one of the world's best coaches, I believe. So a big shout out to Aaron, who's going to take Tom onto great things.
High praise there from Oscar Bevis. I always find these workouts interesting because Tom's going for it a little bit, but we find more often than not fighters just...
Give it up, ladies and gentlemen, one more time for Tom Atomic Whelan.
But the crowd are enjoying it. The crowd are getting involved.
A rising featherweight.
I believe the bar is open at
up against Jair Morales.
When's that ever been chaos?
We want to thank our fight sponsors as well. Rainback.
What an opportunity for this man on Saturday night.
29.
Due to be sold out O2 Arena, MF Pro's second event, not their inaugural event. Like some are reporting, we get to see this man. I believe the legend himself, Mr. Joe Pugh from IFL TV, momentarily will be coming and giving an interview.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we now turn our attention to our second matchup. This one in the super welterweight division, scheduled for 6 rounds or less. We bring into the ring, he joins us from Burtley, United Kingdom, with a record of 7 wins, just 1 defeat, 5 big wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Dan Toward. Dan Toward will match up against Misael de Vega.
You're
from Portugal.
back
Ashton Vega
What better
is
way
undefeated.
to come back to
Denzel
the O2.
looking ahead to
Very
Vega,
strong
Portugal,
Deontay
the
Wilder
first
live
loss
on
of his
Saturday night.
professional
How are you
career.
feeling?
It's a dream come true. I'm so happy to be back for one, but to be back at the O2 for two, oh, mate, it's a dream come true. So yeah, just have to get back in the ring. To do it on a card like this that will go down in history, it's even better.
Just talk to me through your thought process coming off the back of what was a heavy knockout defeat. You could have come back to a slightly smaller show, work your way back up, but you're straight back in the deep end and you're looking to make a statement.
Yeah, I'm not about them small shows. I'll be honest. Like if we're going to do this properly, then we get back in properly, regardless of whatever happens previous. So I'm just happy to be back. The plan wasn't to be on this card. It was meant to be on another card. But they gave us this opportunity. We took it with both hands, and I'm not one to grumble, but this is the biggest stage.
How difficult was it in the weeks, months following your last performance?
It was hard. I'd say you can't go to a place that I've been to without having a defeat like that. You know, at this stage in my career and at this stage for me in my life, it's going to make me a bigger and better human. It's only going to make me better coming forward, and changes are being made. And listen, I'm just happy that I'm back in the ring. That's the main thing.
The old cliche is that it makes or breaks a fighter. How confident are you that it's going to make you?
It's made, trust me, it's made me. I know it's made me, trust me. But I need to cement it. I need to make sure that the full confidence is there that, yeah, do you know what, this has made me? And in a year's time, it will all be a memory.
New team, how you settled in with it?
Ladies and gentlemen.
We are there with a new team, and yeah, man, like, it's been hard. And listen, I wanted to get back out straight away in December, but they were like, nah, new team, have a little bit more time. But yeah, with my new coach, Aaron, like, the stable that I'm surrounded by, I know it's going to make me a better fighter. I know I can bounce off of these guys. I can bounce off of all the world champions that have been in and come through, all the different training techniques. Yeah, it will 100% make me, and it's unlocked things that I didn't know about myself, and that's what makes me a better fighter.
Last thing, you trained in 2023 with Deontay Wilder, and now you're here in London on the same card as him. Full circle moment, right?
Did not think we'd be doing a couple of years ago in Saudi. I did not think I was a young pro. I only had like 2 or 3 fights then. I did not think I'd be in this situation where I could share a card with him. And listen, it might be his last fight, so it's definitely one that's going down in history regardless. And for me to say, whether it's to my kids, to my grandkids that I fought on that card, then that's the main thing. And for me, it's an absolute privilege.
There you go, from Wickford to Saudi to the O2 Arena. Tom Wellen will catch up with you after the fight. Cheers, mate.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, one more round of applause for Dan Toward. Ladies and gentlemen, he matches up against the undefeated Portuguese, Misael de Vega. Dan Toward looking to make sure that his opponent, de Vega, is no longer undefeated after Saturday night. Again, Saturday night tickets are still available. Make sure to get them, but they are rapidly evaporating, and you do not want to miss out on this incredible action brought to you by MF Pro and Queensberry as Derek Chisora collides against the bronze bomber Deontay Wilder. An icon will fall on Saturday.
I think we're back in. If you can see us, by the way, talking and looking at each other, it is the chaos of the live broadcast. I wish you could hear the tunes, or maybe you can hear the tunes, because I am vibing away. Joe Pugh is also standing by with Dan Toward, who I believe we'll speak to shortly. But that's why we're live, and that's the chaos of it all. Myself and Oscar Bevis going to be talking you over what is currently an empty ring, but that's fine. You got thrown in at the deep end, son.
So the way it's got to be done, I believe we're going to pass over to Joe Pugh, for Dan Toward.
We're here joined by Dan Toward. Dan, just days away from your back return to the ring, 2026, kick-off in style, my friend.
Definitely biggest show today, and ready to put my biggest performance today as well on a huge show at the O2.
Talk to me, are you feeling the pressure coming in at the O2 on such a big stage?
No, I was born for this. You know, I've worked my whole life from being that 8-year-old kid to get here, and look, I'm going to enjoy this week, and like I said, my best performance here. Tune in on Saturday.
2025 was a year of adversity for you. Adversity that you overcome from Brighton to Dublin. Is 2026 about titles? You've done it now.
Definitely, yeah. Like I said, Saturday night, I'm going up against someone who's undefeated. You're not seeing many prospects who's doing that. And I'm going to be involved in some big domestic fights this year. And I really believe that this is my breakout year.
What can people expect from you in the ring on Saturday night?
Don't blink. You know, it could go at any time.
Dan, best of luck. Thank you very much, brother.
Well, there we are.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome our next fighter inside the ring. This one will be a super featherweight matchup scheduled for 8 rounds. This man will take on Jake Morgan. Please welcome, he's undefeated, 8 fights, 8 victories. Joining us from right here in London. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Germaine Deuo.
Well, here we go. I'll be excited to see this man in the ring. I actually covered one of his fights here at York Hall, Bethnal Green, before. I can't remember what undercard it was on now. That's why you're here. You're the stats man, Oscar. No pressure, by the way, for Germaine. I mean, just the pressure of being Derek Chisora's nephew, and Derek Chisora at every possible opportunity going, you need to speak more. You need to put bums on seats. You need to sell yourself. What do you think of this young man? I don't think he sort of buys into it too much. I think he is on his own path. God's plan on the back of his shirt. I think he'll do what he wants to do, right?
I prefer seeing God's plan on the back of the shirt than the QPR shirt he turned up to the media day and yesterday, by the way. Not having that. But on another note, look, if Derek Chisora tells you need to speak more and put bums on seats, you take that advice, because Derek Chisora spoke more and put bums on seats. Right, look, he's a really talented fighter.
The shape he was in, by the way, yesterday, absolutely ridiculous.
Scandalous. I mean, look.
You could give him a paper cut. And he's honestly, there is absolutely zero fat in that man's body. He is ripped to shreds.
And Saturday night's event is televised live worldwide on the global home of boxing, DAZN. Do not miss it. If you can be at the O2 Arena,
I enjoyed that yesterday. Derek actually held up a towel as if to say, by the way, Jermaine, you cannot stand next to me.
Global
I'm
home
in
of boxing,
my best shape.
DAZN.
And you're a joke.
I was going to say, Derek's in good shape as well.
Against Derek Ward Chisora.
I like him. He's humble.
On Saturday,
he's clearly a very good operator.
Is Germaine Deuo,
I mean, look, incredible
who makes
being
his
the
way
nephew
into the ring
and having any
against
relation
Jake Morgan.
to Derek Chisora, because the opportunities that you're going to get are just going to be fantastic. But he doesn't seem ever overcome by the occasion. He always seems quite calm, humble. Dom Mensah, our friend yesterday, was surrounding him, and he's good for a prospect who's, you know, there is that pressure on his shoulders. You wouldn't get that vibe from speaking to him.
Yeah, I suppose it's easy when you're surrounded by Dom Mensah, and I will shout him out because he'll do all the talking for you most of the time. Love you, Dom.
We need to interview Dom.
We do need to get Dom in. Look, he's had 8 fights, he's stopped 3. He's a serious body puncher, by the way. I believe the fight you might be talking about, I was here too at York Hall on a Johnny Clark show about a year ago, maybe last summer. Brilliant stoppage. This guy can punch to the body. He's a real liver puncher. I love the way he's going for it in this open workout too, by the way. Let the cameras see what you're about, put a little show on and make people go home and go, actually, you know what? He put in 100%
really going
today.
for it, by the way.
I want to see Germaine on Saturday.
We can literally see his face there as he was shadow boxing. That was intense, but that's what the fans want. They want to see them properly put themselves through the paces. It is packed in here, by the way, as I believe is the venue all week. York Hall, the home of British boxing. This man would have boxed in that very ring, certainly not on a Wednesday night. But then I'm sure he'll be going out and watching the main fight, Mr. Derek Chisora. I wonder if he gets nervous. I'm sure Joe will have the opportunity to ask him, but nervous for watching Derek after watching his fight. And what a huge, huge fight that is on Saturday night. 50th for both men.
Yeah, I'm sure he gets nervous watching Derek just because of the way Derek fights. We know it's aggressive, it's pressure, it's relentless. That's what I love about Derek. You know what you're going to get. Germaine knows what he's going to get from Derek, so I'm sure he's sitting there watching with his hands over his eyes, maybe peeking through at times.
Look at that hand speed by Germaine Deuo, London.
But hopefully
Show
you can watch
your love for Germaine
Derek Chisora.
Deuo, who's undefeated. He matches up against Jake Morgan at the O2 Arena this Saturday. 8 rounds in the super featherweight division. Deuo looking to remain undefeated at the O2 Arena.
There we are. Little message from Dom Mensa himself saying thanks for the cheeky shout out on the broadcast. You're welcome, Dom. We love you. I spent a good bit of time with Dom in New York at the start of the year. That is a man who really cares about his fighters and what he's doing. We need good people in boxing, so I'll give a big shout out to Dom Mensa. He is one of those. You've even got a little cam at the bottom to see myself and Oscar Bevis. So if you see him flicking to his phone, me flicking to my phone down here, our little running order, don't be alarmed. Look at them lapping it all up, taking the photos, as I believe he will now pop down to the main man, Mr. Joe Pugh, in a second for an interview.
Germaine, it's only your 9th fight on Saturday night, but yet another big show. This doesn't faze you, does it?
Nah, not at all, man. I'm built for these moments.
It looks like in your short career, you're relishing every moment and enjoying every bit along the way.
Yeah, this didn't come easy, man. I worked hard for this, so yeah, I'm relishing it all.
And to be on the card of Derek's last fight. Actually, first of all, do you think it will be Derek's last fight?
Yeah, it's his last fight, man.
Have you got the intel, yeah? The family intel?
Of course, of course.
Is he going to do the business? Is he going to knock out Deontay Wilder at the O2?
Most definitely.
Are you going to do the business? You're going to get a big KO?
You're damn right.
Germaine, best of luck. We'll catch up here on Saturday. Thank you.
There we are, Mr. Nick Blackwell is by our side. It's chaos down here. Nick Blackwell, what a man. It's good to see him so often on the circuit, lapping up the sport.
Ladies and gentlemen, we continue with our open workout here at the historic York Hall, getting set for Saturday night's massive night of boxing at the O2 Arena. Brought to you by MF Pro and Queensberry. We now turn our attention to the super lightweight division. This man will take on a very determined fighter from Mexico, Raul Hernandez. Please welcome to the ring with an outstanding record consisting of 12 victories, just 1 defeat, 10 big wins coming by way of knockouts. Joining us from Long Beach, California, USA. Ladies and gentlemen, here is H2O Silv.
Well, here we are. Ashton Silv in the ring. Interesting story for this man. Finds himself in an MF Pro ring. Probably wasn't always to be expected, Oscar.
Yeah, it's his first fight in the UK, so I'm really excited to see up close what this man's got. Look, there's severe interest in this career. He's had some big fights in some big arenas already, but stateside. This man's got nearly 1 million Instagram followers. Now, look, it's about what you do inside the ring, but you can't deny when you've got that many eyes on your career, that many eyes on how you train and who you train with, and there's no doubt that people are interested to see where your journey ends up.
Well, we did just speak previously about putting bums on seats. This man building that social media platform up is the epitome of that. Excited to perform in the UK, I'm sure, and what an opportunity. Obviously, some of these guys, now it's turned into MF Pro. We always had Misfits boxing. There we are! Welcome! You get to see our faces again with them working out. I do love the setup of this. But what an opportunity this man's got on, like we keep saying, but such a big card. To be a fighter with such a following on the global home of boxing, DAZN. Make sure you buy your pay-per-view, DAZN.com/MF Pro. But he will be lapping up every single second of a fight week overseas.
And rightly so, Look, there's a countless list of American fighters, not just American fighters, fighters from overseas that we've loved having here over the years. You go and put in a good performance on Saturday night, you back that up with many more, you get the British crowd interested in your career, then you can make a real name for yourself worldwide. Look, people know he is stateside, and if you're in the game, you know about Ashton Silv, but trust me, if you're in the UK and you don't know about this man, you're about to.
I always think it's fun as well. I wonder if he knows the history and the legacy of the arena that he's in right there. York Hall Iconics hosted some incredible nights. Look, let's talk a little bit about that main event on Saturday night, Oscar, at the O2, Derek Chisora's stomping ground. We'll go on to talk a little bit about that co-main event as well, as Vidal Riley gets a really big opportunity co-main eventing. But you've spoke a lot to Deontay Wilder. You think he's right up for it?
Yeah, he's told me he's right up for it. I mentioned this before, but sometimes when the mask slips, it seems to be in the ring. So, look, he will say a lot in the build-up to this fight. He said a lot to me yesterday. He showed every emotion under the sun. He was happy, he was sad, he was emotional, and that was only in the space of 20 minutes. So I can't really definitely tell you about the Deontay we're going to see in the ring, but I can tell you one thing. It's a Deontay going in who believes he can knock out Derek Chisora. How far that belief will take him, time will tell. But this is a man that thinks he's going to leave Derek Chisora flat on the canvas, facing the roof of the O2 Arena in his 50th and final fight.
It's funny you should say that, Oscar, because obviously on your piece that you put up on the stomping ground yesterday with Deontay Wilder, a slightly interesting title on that video. Go and check it out if you are watching. Oscar did a very, very good interview with Deontay Wilder. But judging by the comments and reading the boxing public, a lot of them think it's almost a bit of a false confidence. They're expecting him to go in and get knocked out. You don't think so, or you're not sure, but you think that you read the energy a little differently, perhaps?
Yeah, I mean, you hate to play devil's advocate, but I can see why supporters might, after the run that he's had and the money that he's made, believe that Deontay Wilder might be turning up to the UK, perhaps knowing deep down that he's going to get beat and turning up for a nice little paycheck. But there's just something that unlocked in Deontay Wilder yesterday that showed me, look, whether he can or not, it's a man who knows that he's going to let that right hand go, and it well might land on Derek Chisora's chin.
Well, look, there is so much more to go of the fight week. One thing that we've all spoke about between each other is we kind of expected more from Derek Chisora. I spoke to him. He said to me
Wednesday.
that it is only Wednesday.
Only Wednesday.
Although then again, we have had launch press conferences. We've had media days at Russian banya saunas. But I don't know, man. It's Ade Odelipo. How are you, sir? Oh, he's joining us. We're honoured to be joined.
Get him in the middle. He's a bit more important than me, isn't he?
In the middle, Ade, surely.
You're more important than me. Go on.
How are you, sir?
Future, I'm well. I thought I live 10 minutes away, and I thought, you know what am I doing? Let me just drive down and get the chance to see Chisora and Wilder. Maybe for the last time do media workout. Maybe.
Not the chance to see us.
Obviously my boys as well.
Come on, I thought we were the main event here.
But what about Oscar, like being on the comms for prelims?
No, I'm so happy for him as well. Oscar Bevis will be on commentary on the prelims on Saturday night at the O2. I've said he needs to go smart. No more windbreakers. No more windbreakers.
So I'm going to be shopping in Altrincham on Friday afternoon.
Well, yes, you can also see Pat Brown live on DAZN Friday night. It's cool, isn't it?
Look at you, the ultimate salesman. Now this is really good. I like this. I like that they're doing it at the York Hall. I've always said that media public workout should be media and public. All this media where only media turn up is nonsense. Let the public come, see the fighters, get excited, take photos, and everyone then can get excited for Saturday. I hate when they just like close things off for the press, like press conferences and weigh-ins. I can't stand it.
Need to soak up the atmosphere as well. It's like, you know, and I hate to say it, but the UFC press conferences, when they pack the fans in, they're lively, people talk, people get involved.
That's what we're trying to do, I guess, right? I mean, the thing about MF Pro is that, as you know, it originates from Misfits, where anything goes. And I think they're more open for, like, trying things.
The ring announcer's wearing a tracksuit and Jordan 1s, so that they are.
That they are. Is he really wearing Jordan 1s?
He thinks
I
he's
don't know
Charlie
where
Parsons,
he is.
doesn't he? He
All
thinks
right.
he's Charlie Parsons.
We'll pick that up. Joe Pugh is there with Ashton Silv.
H2O, welcome to London. How are you feeling ahead of a big, big night for you on Saturday?
I feel great. It's another big show that I've been a part of, and it's always exciting to be a part of it.
You've come back from that blip last year. This year, all about these big fights. I'm hearing big names, big titles. You want all the smoke in 2026.
Yeah, definitely. We just got to keep making more statements every time we fight, and just put on the show.
Talk to me about being on a card like Derek Chisora versus Deontay Wilder. It doesn't get much bigger than that. London, O2, you're going to experience some mad fans, even more fans are here that you'll call, but it's going to be a good night.
Yeah, it's going to be a great night. I'm coming to steal the show for sure. and hopefully that my opponent does the same and try to bring the best out of me.
Ashton, what can these British fans expect from you?
A knockout, definitely a knockout. I think a vicious one at that.
H2O, best of luck, and we'll see you Saturday night.
We're back. We were having a little natter off camera. We were talking about, like,
Nick Blackwell. Yes. Right there, Nick Blackwell off camera.
If ever a man has paid his dues, Ade, I want to ask you, because you know him very, very well. Leading into fight 50, is it a different Derek Chisora to the ones leading into, say, the previous 10, 15 fights?
A little bit, only because I do believe he thinks he's retiring. I don't believe he does. No, I don't believe he does. No. But I think he thinks he does. So I think he's doing everything assuming it's the last time. So I think he's maybe a bit more humble, but he's still awkward. Like, he's still for me, he's the hardest person to interview because I have no idea what he's gonna do.
I can back that up.
No idea. So look, he's a character, and I mean anyone that's had the amount of defeats he's had, but it's still a fan
All right,
favorite,
ladies and gentlemen, we continue with our media workout here at Your Call, getting set for Saturday night's massive night of boxing from the O2 Arena. It is MF Pro and Queensberry presenting this incredible night of action, televised live on the global home of boxing, DAZN. Let's turn our attention to the middleweight division. This man will take on Jordan Dujan from right here in London. He comes to us from Syracuse, New York, USA. He's undefeated as a professional. 6 wins. All of those victories coming by way of knockout. Please welcome the fast rising Amir Anderson.
Well, there we are. We're back.
And
You're going live on your channel.
Sponsored by Rainbed, Oosh, Cold Beverages,
the minute the open workout's done,
29.
They can come tune in. There we are. That's a shout out. Like.
Ade Oladipo YouTube channel. Come on. I need more subscribers. I want to be as big as Stomping Ground.
Hey, we just want to be as big as you, Ade. We just want to be as big as you.
That's why I'm doing this. I'm trying to be you.
That is true.
I'm trying to be you guys. I'm trying to be young and youthful and relatable to everyone.
I thought you were young.
45.
No, you're not.
You know I am.
You don't look a day.
No, I just wanted to play up for the camera.
40,
I was going to say you don't look a day over 44, but you do actually look unbelievable. You do.
I don't know how that's happened. But you guys keep me young because I feel like I'm seeing the next crop of like presenters and broadcasters coming through, and I got to stay on my toes because you guys are very good at what you do, and I like the way that now you're getting the opportunities to do this, and obviously you're smashing it. You know what I mean? Obviously, he's been doing in-ring interviews. You're commentating. It's a dream team, isn't it? It's the
dream. When we started all of this, I met Oscar for the first time in this very venue, over the back corner over there. And the dream was, we never really knew. We launched the Stomping Ground. It was like, right, then I can bring Oscar on board. And now we find ourselves with microphones at York Hall speaking to you. But that's the dream, right?
I would, if no one told me, I would have thought you guys have known each other for 10 years. Yeah. But look, ultimately, you're both really good at what you do. Because if you weren't good, you wouldn't be here doing this. So you're both very, very good. And you got to take these opportunities when they come. And obviously, I'm not trying to sell DAZN here, but there's so many events. It's almost like they need 4 or 5 teams. You know what I mean?
They do give opportunities.
They do, as you know, they give opportunities. You've got one, you're going to smash it. Don't smash it too much, and don't you smash it too much, because I haven't got the house in Nigeria.
You're hoping we drop like 7 out of 10
I haven't got the house in Chelsea or Nigeria, so...
Chelsea?
Gotta go Chelsea, you know?
Look, let's talk about this man in the ring. Amir Anderson, you would have seen him before on the circuit, Ade. What can you tell us about him?
Look, unbeaten fighters carry that level of confidence, right? But ultimately, for him, this is a big opportunity. He's coming in away from home. He's an American fighting on a massive fight card in London. And those are the opportunities you want when you're young. So look, he's a slick fighter, as all Americans seem to be. But I want to see it get rough and naughty in there. And let's see what he can do, because when I've seen him fight, fighters have stood off him and he's been able to pick them apart. I want to see someone put it on him and see what he can do. But very good fighter, middleweight division's buzzing, and in 18 months, who knows where he could be.
In the infancy of MF Pro, some of these fighters on the stable are going to get opportunities on some of the biggest cards possible. This will be one of them. You have to take the opportunity and make the most of it, right?
And I think that's what look, he's already saying titles. He's going to
give it up, ladies and gentlemen, for Amir Cashman Anderson.
He's the name we're talking about in 2 years, fighting for titles, and maybe over here.
He collides against Jordan Dujon on a Saturday
night.
From right
Is that done? Right, go and tune in at 7 o'clock. Live on.
Do not miss Amir Cashman Anderson. Looking to remain undefeated. The t-shirt on his back, 7
Thanks for joining us, mate.
That be a
pleasure, as always. My man, we'll see him throughout the week. Remember, on Friday night on DAZN as well, Pat Brown fights. But before we talk about all of that, and Ade going off shot, cameras galore. Joe Pugh is stood down there with the Cashman, Amir Anderson. And we throw to him now.
Just come over this side. We are joined by Amir Cashman Anderson. Amir, this is a little bit different to Dubai. There's no water being thrown, there's no tables being thrown, but nonetheless, a very, very important job to make sure you get the victory on Saturday night.
Yeah, like you said, it's a different atmosphere. I'm blessed to be on this card with Chisora and Wilder, and shout out to Ma'am, shout out to KSI. Thank you for all the opportunities you gave me, and I'm ready to show out for my London fans. Let's go.
You comprehensively put a job on Joe Laws. Now you're going into a seasoned veteran professional in Jordan Dujon. Are you expecting the hardest fight of your career?
Honestly, I hope he comes with all he got. I hope he comes with more than Joe Laws did. But y'all said the same thing about Joe Laws, and you see what I did to him. I'm going to be 2-0 against United Kingdom people.
Brits. We're called Brits, Amir.
Brits. I'm going to be 2-0 versus Brits. That's all I got to know. He's a former champion. He's a former British champion. But I'm going to get him out of there like I always do.
Another knockout Saturday.
Oh, you know who you're talking to? You're talking to the Cashman. It's going to be a knockout. 7-0, 7 knockouts.
If you don't know, get to know. Cashman, best of luck.
Oh.
Thank you very much.
Oh, Joe styled that off so well.
Was he about to get aired?
He did he did get aired, but he tapped him on the back.
Did he?
We saw you, Joe, get aired. We saw you get ignored for the high five. Did you not just get ignored there as you went to dap him up?
No, he dapped me up.
Oh, he did dap him up. Okay, all right. We'll let him off.
I will not have this nonsense.
Look at him, coming to protect his name from the blasphemy.
If there's ever a man that deserves to be doing interviews,
as we go in
it's Joe Pugh.
to the next workout.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, before we get to our main event with the heavyweights, we have heavyweights that'll be a part of the main card on Saturday from the O2 Arena. It is brought to you by MF Pro and Queensberry and sponsored by Rainbet, Oosh, Cold Beverages, and TCU 29. Let's welcome to the ring here at your call. With a record of 9 wins, opposite 1 defeat and 1 bout even. 1 win coming by way of knockout, hailing from Dagenham, United Kingdom. Here is Franklin Ignatius.
Well, here Franklin Ignatius comes to the ring. I love this fight. I mean, look, when you get the opportunity to see
Let's give it up
British...
for Franklin Ignatius as he will take on Matty Harris in an all-UK heavyweight showdown.
It's very rare that you get the opportunity to see 2 British heavyweights go at it before the 2 British heavyweights go at it for the main event. And what a fight this is. Matty Harris has been built up nicely under the formerly Wasserman boxing stable, now under MF Pro, and goes into this fight with Franklin here. Both men really can't be affording to take a loss at this point in their career, Oscar.
No, absolutely not. And do you know what I like about this card? And I say like, that's probably the wrong word, but there's a theme running through it, right? I mentioned the defeat that Tom Whelan had and the get back. Now, Deontay Wilder had a big knockout defeat. No problem. Let's get back. Franklin Ignatius lost to Jamie TKV 2 years ago. Now it's the get back, Matty Harris. Again, lost. Now it's the get back. So it's fighters who are showing that after these setbacks, they can still come and deliver in big fights. He's entertaining. He's a great body puncher. Plays well off the jab. And just trying to watch and get a sense of how he feels in the ring. I first met him ahead of his debut here in 2024. Really nice guy, fun character, loud, bubbly, and looking forward to seeing him get down to business with Matty Harris on Saturday.
Well, you talk about fighters not being written off after a loss. The main event, Mr. Derek Chisora, is the prime example of that. We've got the sheet here, but I know it. 13 losses that man has taken in his career and managed to bounce back in tremendous fashion every single time. But that is the way the boxing world is moving. We're seeing less stigma on that O. We know that obviously as a fighter you're going to want to protect it, but we want to see fighters giving their all. We want to see them going into, we're bored of the easy fights, we're bored of the step up. We want to see some of these guys take losses, but it's how they bounce back. And both men on Saturday night have opportunities on a very big platform with a lot of eyeballs to bounce back from times where they've been written off in a very, very good domestic heavyweight fight.
For me, if I see that you've won 20 professional fights, you should either have one defeat or you should be one of the best in the world. That's how it is. I don't want gimme fights. I get that at the start of your career, you have to work your way up 4, 6, 8 rounds and fight guys who will be negative, who don't want to come and win. But I want to see you in real tough fights. This is fight number 12 of Franklin Ignatius' career, and he's fighting Matty Harris at the O2 Arena. This is how professional boxing should be done.
Well, we're bringing in the president of MF Pro. How are you, sir? Thank you for joining us. York Hall, Bethnal Green. Just how special is this venue ahead of just an incredible, I mean, it's very fitting, right? Derek Chisora's stomping ground, the O2 Arena, to be in the home of British boxing throughout fight week at York Hall. Excited for what is just an incredible week.
Historic, unparalleled, unprecedented. The last time I was here, I saw Vidal win his British title when he fought here. And it's just so fitting to be able to be back here in this place, to be able to do what I consider is the biggest heavyweight fight of the year, Derek Chisora, Deontay Wilder.
Let's pick up and go straight into that. We were just talking, that man has got 13 losses in his career, but we're hearing so much more now in boxing. We don't want to see fighters being protected. Derek Chisora was the proof in the pudding, but 10 years before the pudding even existed. Now we want to see these guys. I mean, we talk about this fight here. Matty Harris, Franklin Ignatius, they've taken losses, but it's how they bounce back, and they're fighting each other. We want to see domestic fights like this.
Absolutely. Look, when you look at Derek Chisora's record, you don't look at the losses and the wins, you look at the momentum. And the momentum that Derek has had in the last 3, 4, 5 fights has been a resurgence in his career. But even look at his losses. He's fought everybody. There's nobody that Derek Chisora hasn't fought. And every single time out, it is a war. I don't think there's a more befitting name for any fighter than war for Derek Chisora. And who he's got in front of him, I mean, he needs the right dance partner to be able to do something. I mean, how much bigger and more dangerous could it be than Deontay Wilder? So just goosebumps every single time I think of this fight.
Yeah. Mr. President, can I ask you a question? It will have its critics, but we've got a pay-per-view fight between Derek Chisora and Deontay Wilder. We had Mick Conlon last week or 2 weeks ago. What is going to be the journey for MF Pro? Because it will have its critics, but I tell you one thing, we're about to have a big week and a big Saturday night. So just tell us, if you can, wrap up what's going to be an incredible few years for this new, exciting and fun promotion.
With MF Pro, the beauty of MF Pro, the uniqueness of it is first of all in our brand. It's in our approach. It's in the unity of boxing, which we need right now. All of the promoters working together to put on the biggest fights, because the fans are our bosses. Deliver those. Forget the politics. Forget all the bullshit that... Can we swear on this show?
We can now.
It's the MF Pro show. You can do what you want.
Beautiful.
You're the boss.
You know, put all of that aside. Bring the promoters together. Listen, we're going to fight over dates, and we're going to fight over networks, and we're going to fight over fighters, but that's fine. Let's unite boxing. Let's bring it together and put on the biggest fights. And I have amazing partners in Kelly and Nissa Sauerland, legendary UK promoters. Mams Taylor, the mastermind, him and KSI behind the Misfits. It's a whole different, it's not just one promoter in the lead. It's a team of guys with different strong points to be able to unite, just like we are with boxing, to put on the biggest fights. Mick Conlon, big bummer for me that he lost. I mean, what a historic career he had. You know.
Let's give it up, ladies and gentlemen, for Franklin
I think he probably lost a very controversial decision.
He takes on
in his hometown.
Matty Harris on Saturday.
Those kinds of fights keep boxing real. You know what I mean? So moving on, Chisora Wilder, this is really our inception event of having the first big one on the scene. And there's going to be a lot more like this to come. We're going to be in the US, we're going to be in Asia, we're going to keep them here in the UK. It's going to be a global movement.
I can't wait to see what the next few years have in store. I believe we're going to get Franklin Ignatius with Mr. Joe Pugh. Yes, we are. If he can take his gloves off quick enough.
With us if you want, or...
And there he is.
Ah. Are we back in shot? Are we not?
All good, just like
Well, we are going to Mr. Joe Pugh. There we are.
Franklin Ignatius, the time for talking is nearly over. How much are you looking forward to Saturday night?
Listen, man, Saturday's going to be a Royal Rumble. I'm looking ready to go. It's going to be a great show. Chisora Wilder headlining. I'm looking to put on a show myself.
There's clearly a little bit of needle between the two of you. What are we to expect from the fight week before we get in the ring? Is the talking over, or is there still going to be a little bit of entertainment along the way?
Listen, man, might be still a little bit mind the games to go. Do you know what I mean? But I'll tell you for free, it don't make no difference. What's going to happen on Saturday is pure war, and I'm ready for it.
Well, the mind games may continue because we're going to ask you to wait and have a little watch of Matty Harris's workout now. But for now, best of luck, and we'll speak to you on Saturday.
I like that. That's fun. He's going to talk over Matty Harris's workout. Just one more for you before we watch Matty in the ring. If there are any fighters watching this, what does it take? What do they have to bring and provide to get signed by MF Pro?
Excitement, action. You know, I like to always pride myself in aligning with good people. Sometimes in this boxing business, you don't always have the ethical and the moral approaches, and you start seeing recently of promoters taking care of fighters and fighters ditching promoters, and that happens in the sport, and I get the business side of it. For me, I think the moral and the ethical compass have to be the foundation, and then off of that, be exciting, be able to have, you know, a good social media presence, be able to fight, be able just to be a good all-around athlete, person, humanitarian, member of community. But look at, man, we're looking for the best of the best. At the end of the day, we want guys to be able to rise in the sport, to be able to rise in the rankings, and be able to crown some world champions.
Well, let's see, Mr. Matty Harris, the second half of that fight in the ring now.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about the second half of that opening heavyweight showdown. This man will take on Franklin Ignatius on Saturday night from the O2 Arena here in London. With a record of 9 wins, opposite a single defeat. 6 wins coming by way of knockout. Hailing from Coventry, United Kingdom. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Matty Harris.
Well, here he is, Mr. Matty Harris in the ring. No pressure for these guys on Saturday night. I say in jest, because DAZN pay-per-view, what a main event and what an opportunity for these guys to go at it. Look, we've spoke a lot about this fight. I want to ask you about that man, Vidal Riley. You're very well respected by the fighters. Vidal's a man who loves you. He fights Matus Masternack on Saturday night. I thought there was a weird period where the title may come up, but he's got to wait his time. Why does Vidal get the job done on Saturday? And obviously MF Pro, KSI's involvement. This is as perfect as it could have been in the story for Vidal Riley, right?
It's one of those fairy tale stories, but the ending hasn't been written yet, and it's still really in the beginning part of his career, but it came full circle. I turned Vidal pro in Las Vegas. He came and he actually lived with me for the better part of the year in my home with my family. The connection Vidal and I have is different. It precedes boxing. It supersedes boxing. And that's what I was saying before, is, you know, being able to have a good ethical, moral compass. I treat my fighters like my brothers. As a fighter myself, I know what they're thinking. I know what they want. I know what they need. As a manager, as an advisor, as a promoter, you know, I've touched those parts in the game where I understand how the business should work. But at the end of the day, the fighter is the boss. The fighter is the one that has to be able to drive everything. So I said that to say this. Vidal's in a point in his career right now where he has the world literally at the palm of his hands. He has to perform on Saturday, though. There's no more soft touches. There's no more prospect gaining. There's no more, hey, KSI is just promoting me, and I'm
going to say, I think he can forget about all of that now.
We're beyond that. We're beyond that. The KSI engine, you know, that was the booster that lifted the rocket to where it is. But at this point in his career, He's gotten that. He needs to be able to take him to the next level is his boxing pedigree, is his boxing IQ, and is that grit to be able to be world champion level. No one gives a shit anymore about you being an influencer, you having KSI, you having a YouTube channel that has over 1 million subscribers. Subscribe if you haven't yet. No one cares about that shit anymore. Right now it's about, can he hang with the top guys? Can he be in world champion contention? But he's got a huge task in Masternack in front of him. A vet, a hard puncher, a very solid, legitimate opponent. Saturday night, we're going to find out how good Vidal Riley is.
Oscar, look, I spoke to Derek Chisora yesterday, and he said a lot of this game in the pros is about putting bums on seats. And I suppose that's what you've got to do. I believe Joe Pugh is going to interview. And then we will come back to you about putting bums on seats.
Franklin, we'll just bring you back in here. What are you thinking of Matty Harris in the ring?
He's not trying too much, he's not really doing too much, you know what I mean? There's nothing to see. So whether he's ready or not, he will find out on Saturday.
Talk to me, I don't know how much you can tell me, but the game plan on Saturday night. Confident, I see by that smile you're confident.
Listen, what I'm going to say about the game plan is make sure you pay attention because you're going to see the man getting broken down.
I think we're going to get Matty out here now, and we just get you over here, Franklin. Matty, welcome. It's finally happening. Saturday night, we're just days away. You're looking forward to this now, right?
Yeah, of course. Listen, obviously I've gone away, I've put in the work, respect him enough as an opponent to go away and get myself in good shape, so I'm looking forward to going in there and doing the job.
My sources tell me that there was a couple of dirty looks at breakfast this morning.
I don't know about that, man. It's fucking just boxing, bro. I don't know.
There was a little bit of beef between the two of you in the face-off. Is it settled down now, or tension's going to build up until Saturday?
What do you mean settled? Is it you settled? I'm settled. You settled? You relaxed? I'm settled and relaxed, bro.
Listen, at the end of the day, this is a fight, do you know what I mean? We are supposed to prepare. I'm prepared. I hope the best Matty is going to show up on Saturday. So, you know, I mean, everything he's going to do, what he's been doing, it's just fucking sprinkling. Do you know what I mean? The truth of the matter is, we're fighting. All I'm looking forward to is putting my face in your jaw. My hand in your jaw, I should say. That's all there is to it. So, yeah, we're here.
Franklin, just looking your opponent in the eye and tell him what does happen when you do finally get in the ring against Matty on Saturday night.
I'll tell you again, you're going to be feeling how strong I am, and you're going to be feeling yourself getting broken down round by round.
Believe that, bro. You don't even believe that, bro.
This is not a journeyman fight. I'm telling you right now, when you're in there with me, you're going to see for your damn self. Do you understand? It's not what the kind of fight you think this is. Do you know what I mean? All the pussies you've been fighting, this fight is not one of them. You're going to see on Saturday. This Saturday, you're going to see for yourself what it's like to ride.
Matty, what happens?
I'm knocking him out. He already knows I was going to go. There's no if, two, buts, or maybes about it. I'm knocking you out.
Listen, you're supposed to say that. That's all you've been saying all week. But at the end of the day, we're going to see on Saturday if you're really about it.
We're going to see.
Listen, as far as I'm concerned, all we're seeing is literally a man, a joker, playing the game as best as he's supposed to play it. But on Saturday, we're really going to find out if it's for real. I don't believe he is. He thinks he is, and we'll all see for sure.
Last word with you, Matty.
Yeah, no, he's definitely going to see on Saturday when he's picking himself up off the floor. But yeah, as I said, at the end of the day, it's just a fight, bro. I don't take this personally. It's not personal. I'm going in there to hurt this man, and he knows that. So that's about all I've got to say.
Well, these two heavyweights certainly won't be playing on Saturday night. Matty Harris versus Franklin Ignatius. Best of luck to the both of you.
Well, well done, Joe Pugh. We spoke about putting bums on seats. I certainly want to see that one now. Did a very good job of instigating a bit of a face-off there by the open workout. That's what we get about MF Pro, the live chaos. Look, before we were talking about bums on seat, you said with Vidal Riley it doesn't necessarily matter about the following, all of those things. But if you can be a fighter to perfect both, then oh my God, that's perfect for MF Pro.
Of course, look at Ryan Garcia. You know, I remember when he was fighting with Top Rank, and one of his accolades was, you know, this is his record, this is how many Instagram followers he have. That actually became an accolade, like a career highlight for him. So the following and the notoriety is huge. It's a huge part of the marketability to being able to fight. But at the end of the day, you have to be able to fight. The marketability, once in a while you get that unicorn like Ryan that has a huge social media presence, is young enough to be able to attract that demographic and be able to perform at an elite level. You get those unicorns every once in a while. I believe Vidal Riley will be that guy. But listen, he's fighting a guy that's got almost 3 times as much knockouts that he does have fights. He's in deep waters on Saturday. We're gonna have to see we're gonna find out how good Vidal Riley is.
We'll talk a little bit about Matus Masternack as well, but before that, we'll go to the next open workout.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, we get ready for our next 2 fighters. First, this is for the WBO Interim World Middleweight Championship. As we welcome to the ring, joining us from Ciudad Bolívar, Venezuela. His outstanding record consists of 17 wins, including 14 of those big wins coming by way of knockout against 1 loss and 1 bout even. Ladies and gentlemen, here is Andrea Saavedra.
Well, there we are. What a fight and what an opportunity for Denzel Bentley on Saturday night. He fights this man. Good to have a bit of world honours on the show as well. Deep early in the card as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is going to be a great test for Denzel. I really don't know much about Endry. This is my first time really seeing him. But, you know, from what it looks like on paper, this kid can punch. This kid's got the power. And listen, he's going to go into a big, big fight with Denzel. So if there's a way to make a mark, this is the way to do it.
You know Denzel well. He will not be taking this opportunity lightly come Saturday.
No, we talk about where we are, York Hall. Trust me, this man is the king of York Hall. He's drawn here, he's lost here, he's won here. He won the British title. He defended the British title here as well. Just how important is it? I mean, look, we're putting together a pay-per-view card for Saturday night. You're looking at fights, you're looking at fighters. You want to deliver more than just a main event. How important is it that if you're turning up to the O2, you get to see, for example, a man who lives a stone's throw away, Patmore Estate, stand up, by the way, for Denzel Bentley. You get to see a Brit fight for an interim world title and will likely the winner be upgraded to full championship status. How important is that for those in attendance and those watching at home?
Look, just as important as it is in attendance for the fighter himself, every fighter, when he laces up those gloves for the first time and he goes into the gym, and throughout that, you know, that career, that lineage of coming up through the career, what you dream about is fighting in my hometown, seeing my family, my friends, my classmates, my teachers, my co-workers, all there in my backyard. For the fighter, that is a dream. And for Denzel now, not only has that become a dream come to reality, but he's doing it for an interim world title as well. So it is like a dream come true for these guys. Gives us tremendous pride to be able to deliver something like that.
Yeah, really hope, for our sake, and look, we're not meant to be biased, but I hope Denzel Bentley can bring a world title, or at least an interim world title, back to UK shores. Just watching Endry work out here. Look, a man who resides in Tijuana tells me one thing. This guy lives and breathes fighting. Just going for a nice light workout. I want to revert it back to the main event. You was there when I was speaking to Deontay Wilder yesterday. I know you were speaking quite deeply to Shelley Finkel too. What sort of vibes are you getting from the Wilder camp? Because I'll have a lot of people message me saying, did you see a man who looks like he's going to get beat yesterday? And I'm saying, no, I saw a man who believes he can knock Derek Chisora out. But of course, there's a lot of layers to Deontay. What did you see yesterday?
A lot of times when you're around fighters, and you have the experience of being around them, and of course fighting yourself, the guys sometimes that clap loud, bark loud, are the guys that sometimes are insecure. The guys that you really need to worry about are the ones that are quiet and can control their emotions at the biggest stages of their life. I believe this fight is a decisive and probably a career-defining fight for both guys. This is Derek's last hurrah, and this is Deontay's point where he's either going to stop or he's going to continue based on that fight. Deontay's demeanor coming into this fight is one that's a lot more controlled than I thought it would be. I thought he would be screaming, aggressive, you know, talking that shit to Derek. You can't shake Deontay. You know, when we were on Pierce Morgan the other night, Pierce tried to rattle him, you know, with some of the
Derek was backing him up.
I know, yeah.
I'm in the back going, Derek, talk some shit to Deontay. Like, do something. Do something to rile him up. Deontay is on his game, and that's a dangerous man. I think Deontay is back to where he understands who he is, who he was, and who he wants to be. And once he has that kind of emotional control, that's a dangerous guy.
Well, fight fans, make sure you do tune in Saturday night. If you're not at the O2 and tickets are selling out rapidly, as they always do when Derek Chisora fights, let alone that man from Alabama, Mr. Deontay Wilder, buy the pay-per-view, DAZN.com/MFPro, or if you want to use our link, DAZN.com/TSG. Oscar refreshes on water. I don't blame him. We're going to be sat here for probably another hour yet. But what a card it is. Look, we spoke about Vidal Riley, Matus Masternack. I do want to go back on to Denzel Bentley, the opportunity there. I was with him in Ghana at the back end of last year. Obviously that heritage and being back there with his family, enjoying the time out the ring, he would love to be able to go back at one point, I know, and give him that belt. Like Oscar says, there's a real opportunity that maybe he will be upgraded to the full WBO title with a win here. No pressure.
Of course, listen, anything can happen, and right now that middleweight weight class is wide open for the taking. You know, you've got a lot of top-tier guys that are looking to either move up, move down, and with Denzel, you know, he's a force to be reckoned with. The great thing about Denzel, and he's got, you know, which are partners in this show, Queensberry as his promoter, that can move him very strategically. The fact that we're able to put him on and be able to do a co-promotion here together speaks leagues, it speaks volumes about how boxing should be when you bring everybody together to be able to put on great fights. Now this young man has an opportunity to fight for an interim world title, which could be upgraded to a potential world title down the road. And now you see Ghana, by the way, opening shows and starting to do more shows. So that could be an opportunity for him to go and actually showcase himself and fight there. But it speaks, like I said, volumes about how boxing should be. Man, give the kids the best opportunities at the right time for the biggest stages, and that's what's going to happen Saturday night.
Oscar, you said about him being a stone's throw away and all the family and friends that are going to be going. Will that help him? Will that make him that little bit more nervous? It's that real opportunity. Like I said, you know him. What will be the mind of Denzel Bentley going into fight night on Saturday?
Trust me, when Denzel fights, those lot turn out and they make a serious racket. And I've seen him in the well. I've seen him have to go through some serious tough times right here with all his fans lining the balcony, flags, smoke bombs. Trust me, they are wild. And they have taken him through some real tough moments. So I believe that those who are turning out for Denzel at the O2 will be helping him through Saturday night. I just want to ask you one thing, right? In true stomping ground style, we should really ask about Eddie versus Dana, but we'll make it a little bit different and we'll kind of sugarcoat it a bit. There's promoter beef, right? But you guys want to work with all promoters. Fair?
100%, all promoters. What was the question?
You want to work with all promoters, right?
New promoters, old promoters, anybody that... We have to move this sport. Look, boxing is fragmented. Boxing has multiple promoters, a tremendous amount of managers, and I'll tell you why I bring up managers in a little bit. Different networks, different sanctioning bodies. Imagine bringing 4 or 5 of these exclusive entities, each that can control its own domain in one sport without any regulations. There's no one regulatory body to say, this is how it should be, this is where it should be, this is when it should be. And you've got all of this chaos happening, and you're bringing it together for the sake of one sport. Again, that is just deregulated. The true answer for that is one uniform promoter, one uniform sanctioning body. But here's the problem with that. We're already past that. We're
way past that.
We're already past that. And you know what? I'll tell you what. So I represent Mike Tyson. I was with Mike in Florida a couple weeks back, and we're talking about, the new UBOs that are happening, and, with TKO and everything. And I said, Mike, could you imagine if there was one promoter, one network, one sanctioning body, not all of the chaos that happens in boxing, not all of the, I have to be careful how I say it, sometimes maybe let's say unethical, underhanded things that happen in boxing. Could you imagine if that wasn't there and Mike popped up and he goes, we would know what the fuck to do. He's like, that's how we operate. You know, and that's what boxing is. So it's a beautiful thing to have happen. So yes, promoters should absolutely work together for the betterment of the sport.
Well, we will continue that conversation. Let's get Denzel Bentley in the ring.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, this man will be looking to become the WBO interim middleweight champion of the world on Saturday against Venezuela's Andrei Saavedra with a record of 21 wins, 3 losses, 1 draw, including 17 big wins coming by KO. Joining us from right here in London, ladies and gentlemen, this is Denzel Bentley.
Well, here we are. Denzel Bentley, a place he knows very, very well. Could probably call it his second home. Bethnal Green, York Hall. Oscar Bevis, I mean, look, the workouts have been done a million times. He'll have been working out all camp. Such an exciting opportunity for this man on Saturday.
Yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait to watch him do his ring walk, soak it all in, look around and, like Amir said, see his friends, his family, people he's known for years, people who've been there when it's been low and they can now enjoy his high. He really deserves this moment. He took the Janabek fight for the full world title over in Las Vegas when no one wanted to fight that guy, by the way. He had some balls, he went over, and he nearly pulled it off. And now he gets a chance to try and pull it off in his hometown. Mate, this is a man who deserves this.
Well, I certainly hope his boxing ability is better than his paddle ability, Oscar. Because when I played with him, he was absolutely awful. I'm joking, Denzel, you weren't too bad. We had some good games in Ghana. Look, I just want to touch on what you were saying before about the bravado and everything that goes on in boxing. Derek Chisora wore a T-shirt that sums all of that up. It said scumbags. He said he works in boxing because there's scumbags. He doesn't want to see the scumbags go. He said, imagine how boxing would be run without it. But that goes on in this world.
Derek Chisora is the biggest scumbag out of them all.
Glad you said it, because I wouldn't want to.
Listen, and I say that because I love Derek, but when he says scumbag, you know, he's not talking about him. He understands what the game, what it takes to be able to maneuver in boxing. Derek is a veteran of this game. Like, he understands it. Derek and I developed a personal relationship long before we had a professional relationship. So we talk about this stuff all of the time. But it's funny, when I first moved to Las Vegas from New York about 15 years ago, I knew 2 people. I knew Jeff Mayweather and I knew Mike Tyson. And I went there because, you know, I figured that Las Vegas, if I'm going to elevate my career and I want to really be able to grow in this sport, you got to be around those guys. Excuse my back to you.
Okay.
So Mike says to me, you're in the desert now, meaning the boxing game in Vegas. Because there's 2 things that survive, snakes and chameleons. Pick which one you want to be. And that was the best advice that he gave me. Because in boxing, that's exactly how it has to work. Unfortunately, the real nice guys get trampled in this game. And you know, I've had handshake deals with men that I thought were men, and I figured that was enough to validate an agreement, and they would go literally right in front of you and stab you in the back. That's just the nature of this sport. Snakes, chameleons. The majority of people in this sport, unfortunately, might tend to be in that snake side. So boxing is a big insane asylum where everybody in there is trying to convince each other they're not crazy. But that's exactly what it is. Frank Stia said that.
Oscar, he said when he moved to Las Vegas, there was only 2 people he knew. And those surnames were probably the 2 most powerful surnames in boxing, might I add. Tyson and Mayweather. I mean, you moved to Vegas and you met the right people, that's for sure.
I mean, if I was to move to Vegas, I think it'll be hard to stay off the fruit machines.
Yeah.
But there we go.
Yeah. And instead, you were sat with some of the people who have idols for. But that is what it's about. I believe we're going to go to Joe Pugh very shortly, who will be with Denzel Bentley, who looks for the opportunity on such a huge and historic card on Saturday night to win that WBO interim middleweight title.
Denzel Bentley, I'm assuming you feel at home in that ring at your call. You're no stranger to Bethnal Green, are you?
100%, man. You know what gets dangerous in that ring, especially in your call for me, man.
Well, we've seen many of battles of you here, but the O2 Saturday night, I know you're no stranger to big fights, but how important is this one for you?
It's important, man. The most important fight of my career so far. O2 is the only venue I ain't done in London, so I'm looking forward to that too, and yeah, I can't wait till Saturday, man.
16 months out the ring, and it's a pretty big fight to come back to. Interim world title, and we know that you could be elevated should you win. What's your mindset going into this? Is this your world title?
100%. I mean, without this, there is no world title, so this is my world title fight. I've got to get through this, and don't worry about 16 months. I ain't one to complain about inactivity unless I'm not fighting, but I'm fighting now, and I think I'm going to shine on Saturday.
How confident are you that you do put on a dominant display against Andre Saavedra?
I mean, he's a good fighter, man. He's a dangerous fighter. I mean, I've been looking at him, and, you know, he possesses a lot of power, a lot of, you know, aggression and all them things there, but I'm really confident in what I can do.
It's mad to say that potentially 2 fights away from a world title unification rematch against Brad Pauls after his performance on Saturday. And I know you were sparring him and told him that get your job done and this could happen, and he's done his bit. You've got to do your bit.
Funny enough, he told me that. He said that to me, and when he brought that to my attention, and I was like, yeah, let's just get our job done first. And like you said, he done his job. Big credit to Brad. What a performance he put on. And it's my turn next, man, and I can't wait.
Fully focused, Saturday night, huge fight for the WBO interim middleweight world title. Denzel Bentley, best of luck, and we'll see you Saturday.
I love Joe Pugh. I love Denzel Bentley as well, but I absolutely love Joe Pugh. We were just saying how good his interviews are, and I know on the boxing circuit we don't always take ourselves too seriously, but what a great character to have around. He could be a ring MC. You know, when he was just like doing that there, I can see Joe Pugh introducing people to the ring one day.
Well, he's got a set of pipes on him. The boy can sing. If you didn't know, that boy, I'm telling you, can sing. And he impressed Tyson and John Fury with it in Saudi a few years back. And I tell you what, it takes a lot to impress a Fury. That is for sure.
We've been told we might have to fill for 15 minutes at some point during this broadcast. So in MF Pro fashion, I actually might see if there's someone who can make something happen, and that something happening being Joe Pugh singing us a little song. Thank you for tuning live on the MF Pro YouTube, and make sure Saturday night you buy your pay-per-view. All your tickets, I believe there are a few tickets left, Oscar. We will be sat. This man here does the prelim commentary. Very, very excited for him. What a cool opportunity. DAZN.com/MF Pro. If you're not in the O2 on Saturday night, make sure you're watching, because that main event, mouth-watering. Derek Chisora, Deontay Wilder. Mr. President nearly walked through.
The only man who can get away with that.
He can get away with that. There we are. The only man that can get away with that, along with maybe Callis Howland, Frank Warren, although I don't think Frank Warren would do that. Derek Chisora. What a servant to British boxing.
I can't believe that it's going to be the end. I know we've had people sit here, Ade, especially, and people throughout the week say, nah, it's not the end. I feel like it is, and I can't believe that it is the end. I grew up watching this man. I think he made his debut in 2007, so you would have been, what, 18 months old?
4.
4. But Derek Chisora has been
4,
fighting
yeah,
for, I don't know what, 7/8 of your lifetime or whatever. That is mental, by the way. His 11th fight at the O2 Arena as well. And bear in mind, the place that he calls home, the place we would say he is the king of, he didn't fight at until 28 fights into his boxing career. He's fought everybody. He's done it his own way. And the thing that I like the most is that you know what you're going to get. Normally we like a bit of intrigue, right? Intrigue sells. What's going to happen? Buy the pay-per-view, watch the fight. You know what's going to happen. We've seen it 49 times, and now you're going to see it a 50th, and you're still going to watch, because he is the man.
Well, you see the 50th fight from both men. Both men carrying power. Obviously, Deontay Wilder, the more powerful fighter, but people are edging Derek Chisora to go in there and stop him. Is that in the heavyweight game when you age a little bit? The recency bias, he's taken some losses now. I mean, both of them have. But Deontay looking, maybe fair to say, the more fragile of the pair in recent times.
I mean, look, I wouldn't bring it up in front of Deontay for obvious reasons, but that Tyson Fury trilogy took I want to say the world and a little bit more out of him. He had the defeat to Zhile Zhang, the defeat to Joseph Parker. There's been excuses. There's been some wild claims, like out-of-body experiences. He's gone abroad to try and find himself in the jungle. This is a man who hasn't coped well with defeats. Chisora's had 13 of them, and he doesn't really seem fazed by them at all. In fact, he's not fazed by them whatsoever. So I'm looking at a man who, under a little bit of pressure from Derek Chisora, who will be loving and enjoying this week and the night, might, and I'll just say might because, like I said, I've been around him and he's been very confident, might be very fearful of what's to come. And if he fights with that fear, it could end badly.
Deontay Wilder comes across as calm and a man who hasn't let his defeats bother him as such. But I would imagine there is a big weight on those shoulders. When I spoke to Derek Chisora, he told me he was nervous. That surprised me. With a man who's got 13 defeats, who's been knocked out and had his face planted on the canvas, who's gone 12 rounds in Raws, who's stunk the gaff up at times, years back.
Ajit Kabiel fight in Monaco.
Awful.
Dreadful.
Awful. And now we see him...
Vidal, but dreadful.
No, but I think he would probably admit that. But him saying that he feels nervous, you would like to think, or not like to think, but you'd maybe think that probably Deontay is as well, but it's not showing.
No, I don't think it's late enough in the fight week for us to see that. We'll get the chance to see him
a lot of media
on fight. There has been a lot of media. I'd love to... Well, we will get the chance probably about 7 or 8 o'clock in the O2 to go into the changing rooms, wish both men well, and I think that's when you'll get a proper sense of how nervous or not nervous either of these two are. Look, I can't wait. We're being cued. Something mad's going to go on, so...
And now, ladies and gentlemen, MF Pro and Queensberry presents our co-main event on a Saturday. Let's meet one half of that co-feature. It is for the European Cruiserweight, and it is an IBF World Title Cruiserweight Eliminator. Please welcome from War Club, Poland, with an impressive record that stands at 50 wins against 6 losses, 33 massive wins coming by KO. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Matus Masternack.
Oscar Bevis, did you say something mad was going to happen? Matus Masternack is walking to the ring for his open workout.
I got carried away.
We knew that was happening. It's not mad, but we get to see this man, seasoned fighter in the professional boxing ring. He's tasted defeat before. We've seen him before. Vidal Riley gets his opportunity. Unbeaten, of course, the European title on the line. Saturday night, make sure to buy the pay-per-view, DAZN.com/MFPro. The reason I said that at that point is I saw Abby, who is the marketing lead at DAZN in the background, but make sure you do buy it. Of course, what a fight on Saturday night. Talk to us here. It might not be as crazy as you said. Masternack doing some stretches in the ring.
I got a little bit carried away. I'm in my hometown. I haven't even had a beer, but I'm so excited. It's fight week. They've given me the mic. I might never get it again after tonight, but I'm absolutely loving life. Look, I said about Derek Chisora making his debut in 2007. This man made it in 2006. And by the way, the last time he fought at the O2 Arena, Tony Bellew. So this man knows his way around a ring, knows his way around the O2 Arena as well. You can't buy experience. What is he, 55, 56 fights deep? He knows the game inside out. He's going to bring tricks of the trade. He's going to test Vidal. I believe Vidal is good enough, and I would say well good enough to put in the performance he wants to put in and walk away as European champion. But trust me, this man is not going to roll over. You saw it in his world title fight against Chris Billam-Smith. He'll bring everything he has. He'll have real support. There's a big Polish contingent in London who will follow this man. And I'm really looking forward to this fight. What a brilliant fight, by the way. It's a little teaser for the big one.
And what an opportunity for Vidal Riley. I suppose, like you say, he's tasted UK shores. This is a man who won't be fazed at all. We would like to see Vidal win. How do you see the fight unfolding? Is it one that maybe Vidal's going to have to taste and go through a little bit of jeopardy? Is it quite a straightforward fight for Vidal Riley? How do you assess it, Oscar?
Yeah, I can see... I mean, look, I've got no crystal ball, but I can see the first 4 or 5 rounds being rounds that Vidal might bank, box off the jab, box smart, and then Masternack will have to make something happen, right? He's away from home. He wants to keep hold of his EBU title, so I believe there might be a middle period, perhaps middle to late period in the fight, where Vidal might have to really pick up his bollocks and go, right, I'm here now, and I want to become European champion, but I see the fight starting, don't want to use the word simple, but I can see Vidal starting nicely off the jab and basically forcing Matus Masternack to make something happen. Look, that man is coming over with his European title, and trust me, he ain't going to want to let it go.
We will see KSI involved throughout the build-up, and it's important to note that relationship. He might be here.
I was bringing up the chair.
I would assume if he was here, he'd be sat in the ring. I know, KSI, if you are here somewhere, come and sit with her. But what a mad journey for Vidal Riley. Because there was a period where people wrote him off. We're forgetting that this man, who is co-main eventing on Saturday night on a professional boxing card, there was a chance where the world title may have popped up for this. It's obviously for the EBU. He fights Matus Masternack, but he was just KSI's trainer, some people said. Amir Abdullah mentioned earlier. But I mean, he turned pro with Mayweather Promotions, fought on some real small shows all over the world. He's been doubted. He's been a pro while training. A couple years back, he said, no more. He told JJ to stop fighting. It almost got a little bit personal between the pair of them. But the relationship is here. We will see KSI this week. And what an opportunity. Saturday night, a win there. He makes himself a main event fighter for good.
Can you imagine paying your dues on the amateur scene, by the way, where you're not getting paid, and if you are getting paid, it's pittance. Can you imagine paying your dues on the amateur scene, winning national titles, and people going, by the way, that's KSI's trainer? It's a liberty. I walked into West Ham Boxing Club once to interview Vidal right at the start of his career. I looked at the honours board, Kevin Mitchell, loads of British boxing legends. Who's on there twice? Vidal Riley. This guy is a proper fighter. This ain't KSI's trainer. And now he's shown that. I'm glad he's shown that. People outside of boxing have started to accept that this guy is a real fighter. And I fully believe, this isn't me just, you know, client commentating on his career. I fully believe this is a man that will be a world champion, no doubt.
Well, look, this open workout continues. Matus Masternack putting the gloves on.
It's mad!
Yeah, it's mad! It's chaos, Oscar Bevis. We've not seen many fighters actually put, we saw Tom Welland earlier on in the night, put the gloves on. We know the style, we know how awkward it is. It will be good to see him do some pads. Look at us on camera together. Who'd have thought, eh, boy?
What are we doing?
What are we doing?
How have we got here?
How have we got here? There probably will be people putting that in the comments right now. We don't mind that.
I will not be watching this back later.
No. I will be.
I will not be.
I will be. Just to see myself
so
side by side with this man. My haircut, just done before we got in. Well, look, as we do talk over the workout, I am going to bring up the YouTube stream. If you see me being somewhat unprofessional, it's because we're going to bring in you guys. We've got a live audience of 800 people. That's on YouTube alone, probably more on different platforms. We will read out some of the comments. There's no hate in there for the pair of me and you just
Hold on,
yet.
what does that comment say? That guy on the right is really good. Thank you so much.
I think the camera puts me on the right.
Oh.
So thanks, mate. Absolutely done yourself there. I could be wrong. Someone put Wilder early upset. Someone put Otto Wallin was beat before he even entered the ring. I watched the face-off and it was curtain. Del Boy sparks Wilder clean. I was surprised at the Joyce win, but he has zero defense. When does Del Boy ever stop someone at this level, someone said. I think Saturday night could be an interesting one. I wouldn't blink. If you're banking on this fight going 12 rounds, if Derek Chisora is the victor, I think you're very much wrong. I do not think this fight goes 12 rounds.
Just in answer to that question, right, and I know it's hard to compare fighters from different times, but I will say, he stopped Carlos Takam. Right, Deontay Wilder has achieved more than Carlos Takam in the sport, but the Carlos Takam that was stopped by Derek Chisora, is he a better fighter than the Deontay Wilder that will make his way into the ring on Saturday night? Some may argue so. So when does Derek Chisora stop someone at this level? Carlos Takam, maybe.
Well, look, we're seeing some of the pads go on behind us. I think, look, people are communicating with us now. Since I've said that, the viewers have gone up 100. So there we are. Budget Anton Deck. I think that's probably being polite because we're probably even worse than that. If we can even be put in the same bracket as Anton Deck, then we've probably done something right there. Hello, Parsnips. Run up the live. DG is in the chat. Big up DG. And you know who is joining us?
Oh my God, royalty.
Fred Talks Fighting. Mr. Fred Beck, come in the middle, sir. We never see him on the professional scene. Now, Callum Mams, hello. How are you, sir?
I joined you well. Very well done on that.
I appreciate that, mate. I appreciate it.
I wouldn't mind it.
Look, I'm going to ask you a question, Fred. I'm going to be straight up, right? I see you at professional boxing events and I go, what are you doing here?
I know.
You know why. But MF Pro, right? This is your new home. How much are you looking forward to getting involved into the professional fight scene? You're the king of the influencers, we know that. We see you on Aidan Ross's stream, you're the man. But we're in the pro game now. How excited are you?
Well, first of all, thank you very much for the kind words. Obviously, you guys have sort of paved your way. The Stomping Ground are doing very, very well with what they're doing in the pro
You're
scene.
so polite, Fred.
I think what MF Pro are doing is very exciting. They've got Vidal Riley, one of the biggest stars outside of boxing, is sort of involved in boxing as well. And they've got Chisora, Deontay Wilder. It's a huge, huge fight happening on Saturday night. We're very excited. And yeah, we're very excited to be here. Obviously, MF Pro had to get you and Charlie on because you guys are the biggest. And yeah, very exciting times ahead.
Look, Fred, we were speaking to Amir Abdullah before about putting bums on seats and building the profile. We spoke, hey, here he is.
How you doing, brother? Everything good?
I'm doing very well. Even better now you're here.
Make sure you're doing all right. Is you all right? Fred?
He's fine. Fred's fine. Does that man always skate?
Yeah, he is a little cliche, always trying to scare me. Oh, you hold it. You hold it.
Hold the mic, Fred. Don't you?
Yeah, Amir Anderson always said the thing. Ever since I was covering Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson, he goes like that on you. And so I was going to be a little careful, Amir. But, you know, it's great to have Amir Anderson involved. You know, you got Kala, Nissa, Mams, and Amir Anderson. You got the dream team, as well as you and Oscar here as well. So yeah, you've got a great setup here, and very exciting to see what happens. But as to go back to your question about bums on seats, that's what Chisora does. The British public love Chisora. He can sell tickets. They love Vidal Riley. He can sell tickets. So yeah, I think we'll expect a sold-out O2 Arena this Saturday.
Oscar, so refreshing to see Fred talking so well in a professional boxing manner. Important to talk about the card, though, as well. Talk about Ashton Silv, the following that he's got. Vidal Riley, the following that he's got. MF Pro might be the opportunity that we start to see these fighters take some care when it comes to creating their content. I know for you, Misfits gave that virality. Some of the numbers that you've done on Misfits Fight Week are bigger than some of what we do on the pro scene. I think lessons to be learned at the same time from what some of these guys are doing.
Yeah, 100%. And that makes me want to ask you, right, we expect chaos in MF Pro. We know Misfits is pure chaos. We want it to transfer over, but sometimes we've seen Misfits go out of control. I've seen people throw fish at someone during the weigh-in. It can go a bit mad. Do you think completely that chaos can come over to the pro scene, or just perhaps a smidgen for these professionals?
Well, I think when you have the British Board of Boxing Board of Control involved, then you won't have as much chaos. You'll still have a little bit of chaos, but you won't have tables being turned over, tables being broken.
Well, I don't know, not with Derek Chisora, we might.
Well, yeah, I mean, back in the day when he had the Mark Tibbs, Dillian White, Derek Chisora incident, well, I'm not going to repeat what Mark Tibbs said there, but like when you have that sort of incident, the British Board of Boxing sort of like to crack down on that. So you still have the chaos, and I think the main difference you're going to see of MF Pro compared to the Matchroom, the Queensbury, or the Super Boxing of the world is probably the content around the fighters. You'll see fighters from the undercard all the way to the top of the bill having the exact same content put out. So like Ollie from Misfits, but Ollie will do a fantastic job of making sure the little guys get their time just as much as the big guys do. So you'll see the prospects like Ashton Silv on the card, like Amir Anderson, get as much screen time as Derek Chisora. So you're still investing in the future. Because Derek Chisora, they say it's going to be his last fight. Who knows if it'll be his last fight? So you sort of want to buy that stock when it's very cheap, when it's very early, like the Ashton Silvs, Amir Abdullahs, sort of the young prospects, and so they can sell X amount of tickets when they're big, like Derek Chisora is now. So it's about getting there in early and making sure everyone else gets a good amount of screen time, which you guys at the Stomping Ground give them.
Fred, I'm so proud of you, man. You have come so far.
You are the best PR machine for MF Pro, by the way.
Yeah, you are. Fred, let me ask you, apart from the obvious, and the obvious being your relationships to the guys on the MF Pro scene, what does excite you this week? You know, we see you with Derek, albeit he throws you off camera in the interview. What brings you involved? Why are you so immersed now? Are we going to see more of you at professional boxing events?
I think so. I think it's sort of, you don't want to forget where you came from. I started off coming down here to York. I mean, the first boxing show I ever covered, actually, was a Wasserman, which is now MF Pro. A Wasserman show down here with Harvey Horn main eventing. Like all those years ago, coming down here at York Hall was the first show. So you can't really forget your roots. You can't really forget where you came from. You can go off to you can go off to America and do these nice fancy shows. You've got to remember where you sort of started. And I think what MF Pro are doing is very exciting. You've got Vidal Riley involved, who's going to get a crazy amount of numbers. KSI will be here. You've got Jim Skin as well coming down on Friday with his big DAZN deal. So yeah, exciting times ahead.
Jim Skin coming down. Are we going to see Jim Skin in influencer boxing, Fred?
Well, I think he's just signed a big deal with the home of boxing, which is DAZN. He's just signed a massive deal with DAZN. And so we'll see Jimskin involved in somewhat. I don't know what capacity, I'll have to ask him, but he'll be involved for sure, yes.
Oscar met Jimskin on Saturday night at the Moselle Talma, but no more for that. Vidal Riley is ready to jump in the ring.
Thank you, guys.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's meet the second half of our co-main event. It is for the European Cruiserweight Championship, and it is an IBF World Cruiserweight Title Eliminator. This man will meet Poland's Matus Masternack with an undefeated professional record that stands at 13 wins, no losses. 7 wins coming by way of knockout. Proudly representing London. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the undefeated Vidal Riley.
Well, here he is, Vidal Riley. What an opportunity on Saturday night. Me and you keep slouching back, and then we realise, no, there is a camera.
My back is in pieces.
I know, my back is in
Let me
pieces.
turn my chair
The
around.
chairs at York Hall, Bethnal Green are not particularly comfortable. I thought the bar was open. No one's bought us a beer. Look, let's talk about this man. What an opportunity. On Saturday night, he steps up to fight Matus Masternack. Like we were just saying before, not just KSI's trainer, not just KSI's friend. He's done his due diligence in boxing. He's done it from the amateurs. Saturday night is a real big opportunity, Oscar.
Mate, I've sat probably in this spot and watched him win every single round of a 10-round fight for the English title against Nathan Corliss. This man, like I said, has paid his dues. Sorry, just wondering what Vidal was actually doing there, just having a little stretch. Yeah, this man has paid his dues. I've sat here and watched him win the English title, and I believe he's going to win the European title on Saturday night. And look, I'm a Chelsea fan, so it pains me to say, but I will say one of the funniest moments ever, actually, in British boxing was Chev Clark walking to the ring playing North London Forever for their British title fight, only for Vidal to come out on top and play Glory, Glory Tottenham Hotspur. The only time I will ever laugh at something to do with Tottenham, by the way. But this guy's got a real personality. He's fun, he's exciting, and I tell you what, he can really box. If you don't know, where have you been? And if you don't know, watch on Saturday night. You're going to be seriously impressed by this man.
Matus Masternack opting to do a bit of shadow and get on the pads. From looking at Team Vidal here, Leon, some of the guys, there are no gloves, there are no wraps, just a little light shakeout, some skipping. Maybe we'll see a little bit of shadow. You don't want to exert too much energy too early on in the week.
Yeah, it's a massive week ahead, right? Interviews yesterday, more interviews when you step out of the ring today. You do a mini ring walk here on the way to the ring. You'll be interviewed by none other than Joe Pugh. Afterwards, you might have to talk a little bit of trash tomorrow at the press conference. You've then got to make weight, weigh in, and look your opponent in the eye. And that's all before you do the 12 rounds. So like you said, you need to conserve that energy. Maybe a little skip, a little box on the paddles to follow. But yeah, he won't be exerting too much energy, but trust me, one thing is for sure, this man will save it all for Saturday night, and I believe he puts on a clinic performance.
A real opportunity. Winning that European title, another one that people dream of so well. Co-main event, when he fights, there will be 20,000 in that iconic O2 Arena. Live on DAZN pay-per-view this Saturday night. Do not miss the opportunity. If you are listening to me right now, go and buy the pay-per-view. DAZN.com/TSG. That is the Stomping Ground referral. And we have been told we can promote our link as well. DAZN.com/TSG. If you want to go and do me and Oscar a favour, go and buy the pay-per-view through the link there. Vidal Riley finished with his skipping. He won't want to mess around. It's late in the evening. He's probably trained. What are we going to see here? Just some stretches. I'm not a strength and conditioning coach. I don't really know how to comment over this one.
Yeah, it's one thing commentating over someone, smashing the pads and getting ready for their fight. But whatever he's doing there looks a bit too technical. and stretching isn't my forte.
From what I can see, they are wearing the Ray-Bans, the Meta Ray-Bans at film, so we probably will see this footage at some point. I wonder if this is probably his opportunity to, probably does this stretching in the evening, and now he's doing it in the ring of the open workout. I don't really know what I'm saying. It is very hard to overtalk on a man who is doing stretching.
Mate, you're talking to a man who's pulled his hamstring about 8 times, so I know nothing about stretching. All
We
I
are
know is
looking
that
in the
man
chat.
is a serious fighter.
We are looking in the chat, so if anyone, any strength and conditioning expert can give us a bit of intel as to what's going on here, that would be very, very good.
I do feel like that
saying,
stretch you just done might be good for my back after slouching
on
at
this
your
chair.
call for 2
we
hours.
might go and get the S&C coach down here and say, oi mate, sort my back out. A chiropractor would work as well. Some hip thrusts from Vidal Riley. But that he won't be doing Saturday night. What an opportunity against Matus Masternack. Joe Pugh joined us live.
Here he is.
I don't know how long for, and I wouldn't use that mic. He's not using that mic. You're going to be going over there to do an interview in a minute. Just how excited are you to see this man? And well done, Joe. You're doing a great job.
Well, you had Fred Beck on the stream, so you thought, better have a bit of Joe Pugh. Get him in the mixer with Charlie Parsons and Oscar Bevis. I cannot wait for this cruiserweight scrap. It was already a fantastic fight. And then we chuck a little cherry on top of the proverbial cake of the IBF eliminator for that world title.
Well, that we do indeed. The co-main event here, not just KSI's trainer. We keep saying, for so long, that's what people thought he may be. But the real opportunity now for a man who is a fantastic amateur talent and has been fantastic as a professional so far to co-main a huge night of boxing.
Yeah, we've seen Vidal Riley come up the ranks in a very much non-traditional route, and then he kind of come off that track and went back through the professional ranks and done it traditionally. He went for the English, he went for the British, now he's going for that European. Questions were asked of Vidal Riley when he signed for MF Pro, but this mission statement is complete by showing the intent, by getting the likes of Matus Masternack in, and what a fight we have.
I will just say, Joe, how amazing is it? I'll use the word amazing that we're doing this right here at York Hall where, hey, look, we've had some menacing evenings over the years. Me and you must have done this gaff about 100 times. Frank Warren, Eddie Hearn, top tier. Every promotion under the sun, we've been here, we've seen it. This is the place. There's no doubt about it. There's a reason why people call it the home of British boxing, and we've had some good nights in here, me and you.
Oh, we've had some excellent nights, Oscar. It is the spiritual home of boxing for a reason. York Hall, look at it. It's old-fashioned. There's nothing pretty about it, but we absolutely love it. MF Pro takes over the whole week. Then we cross over to the O2. An icon will fall, the 100, whatever you want to call it. It's just an absolute banger. Derek Chisora versus Deontay Wilder, and I cannot wait, Oscar.
Oscar, we've got Joe Pugh on camera now as well, so all of those mad...
Look at the jacket, by the way.
Look at the jacket on the boy, look at the polo shirt.
It's 65 quid, bash.
Bash. All those mad theatricals, we now get them live.
And by the way, if you're wondering, I spend loads of time, we both spend loads of time around this man. He is actually like that 24/7. This is not an act. This is Joe Pugh. Look, quick one on the main event. Obviously, you're going to interview Vidal in a minute. Derek Chisora, one of your, if not your favourite fighter of all time. Just tell us why.
Yeah, Derek Chisora is a big reason why I'm sitting here today. I remember the early 2010s, the first 2 Tyson Fury fights, the Vitaly Klitschko fight, even the David Haye fight at my home, or my old home, Upton Park, the bowling ground. I just love Derek Chisora and everything he brings. He's like our version of George Foreman in the fact that the early days, he was this volatile, hated figure, and now we love him. And as I say that, I've got to go and interview Vidal Riley, so get on with it, boys, and I absolutely love you.
Well, Joe, we will hear from you in a second as he is interviewing Vidal Riley, who steps out of the ring. Or Joe steps up into the ring to do the interview. Maybe not, we're being told to wait
Joe Pugh steps inside the ropes.
What a fight card on Saturday night. Make sure you are buying that pay-per-view. DAZN.com/MFPro, DAZN.com/TSG. Saturday night, Derek Chisora makes his 50th fight. as does a man who carries venom in his fist. Deontay Wilder, also his 50th fight. 100, an icon will fall, is how they're branding it, and that they will. This fight does not go 12 rounds. Oscar Bevis.
This fight does not go 12 rounds. I think that's one of 2 guarantees. I'll give you 2 guarantees. This doesn't go 12 rounds, and you will be entertained. They're the 2 things I can promise you about Saturday night. I'm going to say that right now. Doesn't go 12 rounds, you will be entertained, and you can hold me to that.
Fight fans will probably hope it does go 12 rounds, in all honesty, because I would want to see 36 minutes of fighting between a pair of them.
Could you imagine the 36th, well, the 33rd to the 36th minute of Derek Chisora
and
versus
Deontay Wilder? Anyway, we will talk about those 2 men very quickly. Joe Pugh is up in the ring with Vidal Riley.
Vidal Riley, we're just days away now. Just business, all business. How much are you looking forward to this one?
It's the fun part now, man. This is the fun part. We've done the work, hard work, put myself through it. The whole journey, man. Like, this is what it's about. Co-main event, MF Pro, European title, world title eliminator, and all the London people are gonna come out and show face, so I'm happy. I'm happy.
Yeah, let's have some noise for this London crowd tonight inside the spiritual home of boxing, York Hall. Vidal, questions were asked of you when you signed with MF Pro, but this right here is a statement of intent in an opponent like Matus Masternack.
Yeah, of course. We only take opponents and fight opponents that are worth fighting. Check my record, that's the case. It will remain the case, and Masternack, much respect to him. But Saturday night is just a passing of the baton, man. It's a passing of the torch. He's had his time. It's my time.
A little cherry on top of an already delicious cake with the world title eliminator. This fight, should you get through it, is just going to be... I know you're going to say when. I know you're going to say when, but I've got to say should. Masternack is here. This is the start of something special for 2026, right?
100%, man. Like, I don't like to think too far ahead, but I know with a good win on Saturday night, the rest of the year looks positive. So Saturday, we get it cracking. The rest of the year, I'll let the MF Pro team handle business just like they've done to put me in this opportunity today.
We're going to bring someone in you know very well, MF Pro's very own Amir Abdullah, if you'd like to come in. This has been a journey between the 2 of you, right?
Oh, it absolutely has. I had the honor of turning Vidal pro in Las Vegas when he first came to stateside, and he had his first 4 or 5 fights there. He came back to the UK, stuck his flagpole here, and now he's rising up in contention. British title, European title, and then from there goes to the world stage.
As a company, MF Pro's first marquee major signing was this man standing between us. How important is he for your business and the company's growth?
Listen, Vidal Riley is larger than just an athlete in boxing. He is touched and it encompasses so much more. As you know, when he first started, he got on the scene, the whole KSI momentum came in. He's KSI's trainer, all of that. But Vidal is traditionally a boxer with the British national team, with his own amateur pedigree, and he came up that way. That ship has sailed. You know, Vidal is where he is now because he is a true professional boxer, a British champion. God willing, Saturday night, he'll be in the biggest test of his career, fighting a legitimate champion in Masternack, who's got 3 times as many knockouts as Vidal has fights. This is a true test in his career and a testament to Vidal being the absolute boxer that we all believe that he is, we know that he is, and from there, the world stage.
Co-main event on a huge show. It doesn't get much bigger than this on Saturday, but how confident are you? But by the end of the year, Vidal will be in just as big a show, but main eventing and being a world champion or fighting for that world title.
We don't overlook Masternack at all. This is a legitimate guy. I'm not worried about what happens one day after this fight. Right now, it's Saturday night. Vidal's got a huge test in front of him, and I will tell you 2 things Saturday night. And new.
Vidal, final word with you. What can the fans at the O2 Arena, the people watching at home live on DAZN pay-per-view, expect from yourself?
Listen, if you're watching live, then you're going to be extremely entertained. Like, we're bringing something different, yeah? We're bringing something different. It's going to be a vibe of energy, skillful violence, and if you're at home, make sure you have all your favorite snacks, because you're going to see something great.
We're definitely going to see a snack on Saturday night, Vidal. Best of luck. Amir, thank you very much. Vidal Riley!
Ladies and gentlemen, one more time for Vidal Riley, looking to remain undefeated. London, let's hear it.
Well, there we are. Good to hear from Vidal Riley. The Wednesday of the fight week. Still to come, the press conference and the weigh-in. Good to see Vidal there. What an opportunity for him on Saturday night. We've got some time, son, to talk, to chew the fat, to talk about this incredible main event that we have got on Saturday night. There is a bit of a delay. I have been seeing your comments, by the way. I think they're trying to trip me up. Someone put a bit of a funny name and said, oh, Parsons and Bevis are legends. But I think he's just hoping I read the name.
Well, he doesn't actually think that we're legends.
Maybe not. He might think that we're legends, but I think he is trying to fake us out with a name.
Can we have a look? I won't say it out loud.
Come on! Got to get up earlier than that to get us out.
Too quick for that.
Boy, look, someone literally just said what me and Oscar were saying. Joe Pugh said, we're definitely going to see a snap. What do you mean by that?
Not sure I'm a fan.
What do you mean by that, Joe Pugh?
Not having that.
Look, Saturday night, the obvious. Derek Chisora, Deontay Wilder. We believe the hold-up is Deontay Wilder, who is wrapping his hands backstage.
It's a good sign, because it means he's going to punch.
Because I want to hear some explosive pads go off behind me. 50th fight for both men. We say it time and time again. Deontay Wilder seems calm, cool and composed, as did Derek, who is lapping up all his media obligations. We see now what looks to be a very cool portrait of Vidal given to him there. I want one of those. I want an Oscar Bevis, Charlie Parsons portrait. But yeah, Derek told me he still gets nervous. I was surprised to hear. Were you?
I can imagine they're good nerves. They're probably not butterfly nerves. I think there might be different nerves this time, actually, knowing that I've got to soak this in, by the way. You mentioned earlier at the top of the show that, you know, there's a man who was soaking in the media, knowing that this might be or probably will be his last one. I think the nerves will probably come from the fact that this is my last one. I've got to embrace it. I will never walk down these steps again, whether it's at the O2 or anywhere else, and lead myself into the ring to go to war. So I can imagine that's where the nerves come from. They won't be the same sort of butterflies maybe his nephew Germaine Deuo would have, but they're good nerves, I can imagine, from Chisora. Look, there's nothing he hasn't seen, there's nothing he hasn't done, there's no one he hasn't fought. This man won't be shaking in his dressing room. But there'll be good nerves, I reckon, ahead of Saturday night.
Look, nearly 1,000 of you live in here. If you haven't bought the pay-per-view, here is your cue. DAZN.com/MFPro. If you like me and Oscar, not everyone likes me and Oscar, but if you do, DAZN.com/TSG. We are looking at the comments, guys. It is time for the two beasts in Derek Chisora and Deontay Wilder now. Oscar, you're having a photo papped of you. Get your mic up, son.
It's putting me
Get your
off.
mic up. You can even see the camera lens.
He's used to the lights
We're
and cameras.
looking at the chat, guys. We're looking at the chat. We're happy to interact. Louis the reporter, which fight are you most looking forward to other than the main and co-main event? It's got to be Harris Ignatius. Got to see a good heavyweight fight at the O2.
I can't take my heart out of this one. It's got to be Denzel Bentley. I said it, Battersea boy. Patmore Estate, stand up. I spent loads of time on the Patmore Estate. Full of good people, good energy. Denzel Bentley, keep it on these shores, boy.
Parsons, would you beat Eddie Hearn in a fight?
Absolutely smash him.
Would you? Nah, I don't think I would, in all fairness.
Has anyone ever seen Deontay Wilder versus Germaine Deuo 2? He's Deontay Wilder, Eddie Hearn's Germaine Deuo.
Bomb Squad! I can't believe I've actually just done that.
How many times are we going to hear that today, by the way?
Yeah, we might hear Bomb Squad a lot. I think Wilder sleeps Chisora, said Mr. Grandy.
It's a possibility. That's the beauty of
that
it.
Is why this fight is so good. That is why the fight is so good. There is that jeopardy. Chisora has been clipped before. They've both tasted the canvas. Which fighter do you think will cause the biggest upset of the night?
Let me look through the fights once again.
There is jeopardy.
I got too many friends on that bill. I'm not answering that question.
We do have too many
I'm not
friends on
answering
the
that
bill.
question.
But
I know, but I'll tell you after if I was right.
There is jeopardy, definitely. Tom Welland and Tantauer have tasted defeat before. We talk about them having the opportunity to rebuild. Someone said Amir Anderson is the best middleweight in the world. Brian Mangan in the chat. Someone said, I think Jake Paul sleeps Chisora and Wilder. Have a day off.
I'd love to know what Derek thinks about that comment. And would you say that to Derek's face?
You definitely would not be saying that to Derek's face. Fury or Makhmudov?
I mean, you can't go against Tyson Fury despite the time out of the ring, which, by the way, is being over-exaggerated. He hasn't spent that long outside the ring. I think you're going to see a little bit of the old Tyson Fury, maybe not as clean, maybe not as quick, but I think he'll have way too much for Arsenal Makhmudov, who, by the way, is a really cool guy. I spent a lot of time with him in Sheffield when he come over for Dave Allen. He is a really cool guy. So big up Makhmudov.
Just blasting clips, but Misfit should have hired Ade Odolipo and Wade. Well, there is no Wade, but Ade Odolipo was on earlier. So I'm sorry that you don't enjoy the B-Tech double act. That is me and Oscar Bevy. We're trying our best. I don't know, we're getting a cue of some sort. I don't really know what it means in the middle of my flow. Yeah. Excited for the future of Ashton Silv and Amir Anderson. Bomb squad. Someone put Wilder is cooked. Someone said, I think KSI sleeps everyone on the card. Have a word. We love KSI, but have a word. Quality commentating from Boxing Mad. Thank you, sir. We want to get you guys
I knew
involved.
there was a reason they got me on the prelims on Saturday. It's not just charity.
I reckon Parsnips wipes the floor with the main and co-main event in the same night. I reckon not, but I appreciate the ego boost. Chris Billam-Smith versus Vidal Riley next.
Love that fight, And you got a yardstick with Matus Masternack, who fought Chris Billam-Smith, who Vidal fights on Saturday night. That'll be a brilliant yardstick to just tee up that all-British world title fight. I really, really like that fight.
Charlie Parsons, I don't like you, but you're a very good presenter. Well, thank you.
Sometimes you just got to eat your words.
Yeah, well, I don't think that's eating your words. I think that's just saying you don't like me, but I'm a good presenter. Thank you very much. I don't know if I like you too. I don't know, but that's why we do this. Moses Atauma versus Richard Torres. Who wins? Come on. Come on. Moses Atauma is the best prospect in British boxing, in world boxing. He's not even a prospect anymore.
You're asking two Brits that question. What do you think our answer's going to be? Can I take you away from the chat for 1 second, right? Because for as long as I've known you, you've had a good relationship with Derek Chisora, and he's a hard man, like Ade said to interview, a hard man to have a good relationship with. Me and him have kind of become good friends after Monte Carlo in
Derek
December.
Chisora, you claiming that you're good friends with Derek Chisora?
We're a bit closer than we used to be, but you are quite good friends. Can you be friends with Derek? He's an up and down
really
guy.
know. Depends what day of the week it is.
About your relationship with Derek, because you've known him for a while now, and he's very unsettling. You don't know what he's going to do, and that doesn't just work for fighters, that works in the media sense too.
Well, we will talk about that in a second. I believe the man who screams bomb squad, Deontay Wilder, is here in the home of British boxing, York Hall, for the open workouts.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, MF Pro and Queensberry present our main event of the evening on Saturday night, live on the global home of boxing, DAZN, from the legendary O2 Arena here in London. And now, please welcome to the ring, with an incredible record that stands at 44 wins, 4 losses, 1 draw, 43 massive wins coming by way of knockout. Proudly representing Tuscaloosa, Alabama, USA. Here's the former WBC heavyweight champion of the world, the Bronze Bomber, Deontay Wilder.
Everyone at York Hall up on their feet to see this man. It is not often you get royalty like this. Deontay Wilder has arrived. Everyone is stood up trying to get a glimpse of the ring. We've been there before. We know just how snug it is ringside, trying to film some of what's going through. Oscar Bevis, I can see that the hands are wrapped. I can see a trainer walk into the ring with gloves. Are we going to see that power detonate behind our very heads here?
I hope so. I've seen Wilder up close a couple of times, and let me tell you, those punches sound like gunshots. I was with him yesterday. He was in a brilliant mood. He unlocked all of his emotions. I said this earlier. He was happy, he was sad, he was emotional. But one thing he definitely was ready. He is ready to show up in Fight 50. This man has 43 professional knockouts. That's more knockouts than some of the greatest fighters we've ever seen in the sport of boxing. This man is a superstar, and he is right in front of us now, about to throw some leather.
I think as boxing fans, we can get a little bit caught into some of the storylines and picking fighters and hating on people. And we know there's been some outlandish remarks maybe about Tyson Fury and some of the public's back. But this man has given some of British fight fans some incredible nights to remember. That first fight with Tyson Fury, incredible. That second fight with Tyson Fury. But then to come back like he did in that third fight, Deontay Wilder, if this is the last time that we see him, what a servant he has been to the sport of boxing. Power like we've never seen.
This man will stand the test of time. When my kids, generations down, are talking about the hardest hitting heavyweights ever, they will talk about Deontay Wilder. 43 knockouts in 44 wins. And by the way, the win that he did go the distance in, he then rematched in Bermane-Stiverne and put him away in the first round. If he's beaten you, Deontay Wilder, he has done it inside the distance. This man is a legend. There is no two ways about it. You can say what you want. You can go, Dion who? Deontay Wilder, that's who. 43 knockouts, 44 wins. Former WBC heavyweight world champion. He is an enigma, and it is brilliant to have him here.
Oscar Bev is so hyped up there that your eyes nearly popped out your forehead. Well, that you do. You have been spending a lot of time with Deontay Wilder in interviews. He seems calm, he seems relaxed, he's giving very good energy, but he is a good talker. We must say that. I want to mention something. In this workout, and we've seen it before with him in workout, we've seen some viral footage in the build-up to this fight on the heavy bag, throwing the jab. We often see it in the build-up at the open workout, but not implemented in the ring. At Fight 50, it seems like a lot to expect that. You see here some of the footwork, the way that he throws that left hand, the jab. Are we going to finally see some of that from Deontay?
I hope so, I hope so. Because if he loses, you'd have to say this is the last time we will see Deontay Wilder in the professional ring. Look, it's easy, even the best, and he's a good example of it, even the best can train day in, day out, but the second the lights are on, the first bell goes, it's a big night. The second that all happens, it can unfold, right? You get caught in the emotion of the fight. He's got such a big right hand, he's so eager to throw it, that sometimes the footwork can go out the window. I want to see Deontay Wilder do what he's been working on. Bring the best for Derek Chisora. Because genuinely I believe, as much as people can clown this fight and say, oh, it's two guys near the end, I genuinely believe this has the making to be the best fight of 2026.
Well, ringside absolutely stacked with people on their feet. We are seeing him here. Shadow boxing, we are seeing gloves and pads in the ring. I want to see him unleash that right hand. That's what the whole British public are here for. And on Saturday night, there will be 20,000 bums on seats at the O2, live on DAZN pay-per-view. DAZN.com/MFPro. DAZN.com/TSG. There we are, Deontay. There's the footwork. There's the jab. Will we see it on Saturday night? Interesting to look in the corner. The coaching team changes. Back to the old ways.
Yeah, back to the old ways. Just trying to get a sense of how they feel and what they want to see from Deontay in this workout. I think they're looking around and going, there's a lot of cameras here. We do need to save business and save energy for Saturday night, but I know they want to put on a show for the fans too. I'm so excited for what Deontay Wilder is going to bring. I am going to question one thing though. I'm not having those bronze bomber leggings whatsoever.
You saying you don't like leggings, Oscar?
I'm not having the bronze bomber leggings, I'm sorry. I love you, Deontay. but I'm not having the leggings at all.
It's been very respectful in the build-up. Now, I remember when we saw the launch press conference, they were almost too nice to each other. And at times we were thinking, whose hands does that play into? Are we expecting a bit of fire from Derek? Has Deontay Wilder been led into a false sense of security? This fight week, everything's been so nice. Is tonight, is tomorrow when chaos starts to unfold? Will that affect him?
Well, we saw him having fish and chips in Borough Market.
Deontay Wilder watches on. Sorry, Derek Chisora watches on with the mask. I don't know what he'll be taking, but looking at him with the balaclava on, it's business mode now. He's done all the talking. These guys won't want to be messing about. He looks on sternly at the back of York Hall.
Yeah,
sorry, Oscar, as you were saying.
Through the mind of Derek Chisora. Look, I was saying at the launch press conference, we had some time slots. You're going to interview Deontay at 2 o'clock. Now it's going to be 3 o'clock. What's he doing? He's having fish and chips with Derek Chisora at Borough Market. I can't quite work out their relationship.
He's
I asked
dancing
Deontay
in the ring now.
yesterday, and he said, look, we're brothers. But by the way, brothers fight. And that doesn't mean that when Saturday comes around, we're not going to throw some heavy leather. And we're not going to hurt each other. And that is how mean this game is. Friends can be friends outside the ring, but trust me, you think these two are going to take it easy on each other Saturday night? You got another thing coming.
It'll be good when we see Derek, see what he does. He's been known to have some interesting open workouts in the past. Musical chairs, I think they've played at some point. We're still looking at the chat, guys. Who do you think is in better condition? You know what? It's a great question. Physically, you can never doubt Deontay Wilder. Yet Derek looks really lean. We saw him yesterday. We know both men will have prepared hard and grueling for 12 rounds. This fight does not go 12 rounds. I'll tell you that. Wilder looking jacked. Someone saying, Waved has asked, can Wilder win this on points, Oscar, or only by KO?
I think Wilder can only win this fight by knockout, and that is only because of the relentless pressure he'll be under from Derek Chisora. Doesn't matter how far into Derek Chisora's career we go, there's always been one commonplace, and that is the pressure and aggression. I just don't feel, and that's no slight on Deontay, I just don't feel he can absorb 12 rounds of Derek War Chisora pressure. I think for Del, he'll want to really stick it on Deontay, knowing that for Deontay, he can only win inside the distance. If it goes 12 rounds, you'd have to favour Derek Chisora.
PTSD is a word that's been used in boxing before. Fighters coming off the back of knockout defeat. We did see a little bit of that in some of Deontay's fights. He has tasted defeat. They have been vicious knockouts. As he rehydrates there, are we going to see some gloves? Are we going to see some pads? Is it about sort of getting in the ring? Will we suss out within those first 3 minutes if that's still affecting him? We don't want to see that backed up. We want to see him go out and fight.
Yeah, I think we're going to see in the first minute if he's gun-shy or not, if he's too wary of what Derek Chisora might throw back. You talk about those defeats, and they're very different.
Sorry, guys, we didn't realise we were back on camera.
Sorry, I had my back to you then. How rude
Shelley
of me.
Finkel just walked
Yeah,
across.
we look at those defeats, and I think they're very different. Right, I think with Zhilei Zhang, he come to the conclusion that Zhilei Zhang was better on the night. He was the better man, and he won. With Tyson Fury, it was a bitter pill to swallow. So they're very different defeats. I'd love to know how they're sitting up in his mind as we approach this fight on Saturday night. Look, we'll see, like you said, inside the first minute, first 90 seconds, what sort of Deontay Wilder we have, how much he locks and loads that right hand. Is he wary of what's coming back from Derek Chisora?
We've got Shelley Finkel here, who sits on and watches ringside. We were just, Shelley, can we ask? We're just trying to get a quick question with Shelley. We're just going to see if we can hear from him now on the open workout stream. Shelley Finkel, thank you so much for joining us.
Take the middle seat, take the middle seat.
Jump in here. Look, Deontay Wilder absolutely loves this man next to us, and so do the British boxing public as well. It's been an interesting couple of years for your man. Why is it different on Saturday night?
Well, it depends when you're referring to. There was the early career, the last couple of years, part of maturing, and now you're going to see on Saturday the best Deontay of the last 6-7 years. He mentally is there. Physically, he's had a couple of injuries. They've been repaired, but now you'll see the best that it is, and either he can do it or he can't.
Oscar's been quite close with him in the media to the build-up. He seems like a man who's calm and composed, Oscar.
Yeah, he seems absolutely on game for Saturday night. I just want to ask you, Shelley, I know this isn't the end of Deontay and he'll want to go on to achieve more. It's the end for Derek. I just want to know, when it does end for Deontay this career, how will this man be remembered? Because for me, he's one of the legends.
I believe that. It's interesting. He, up until the fights with Fury, including Fury, every single person he entered the ring with, he either knocked out or had down. He had Stavern down, then he knocked him out. He had Fury down every fight. And I think people will recognize he was a really, really special fighter. And a very, very special human. Sometimes his emotions, he's so real that they mask what the person was under him.
Shelley, you were in Riyadh for some of those more recent defeats. You would have seen how the weeks unfolded. You would have seen his mental state better than anyone. What gives you so much clarity going into Saturday night that this is a different Deontay Wilder? Changing team has reverted back to some old ways as well.
Well, the thing is, you don't want to cry over spilt milk. The couple of days before the fight with Parker, he was in an elevator at a Rolls-Royce dealership. The elevator came down, it crashed his shoulder. He then went into a cryo, and he was in it too long, and it dehydrated. If I said that, they say, oh, you this or that. But that's what happened. This time, if this man, Derek, beats him, it's because he was better, not because there was something wrong with Deontay.
Oscar, we're so excited to see this man in the ring on Saturday night. You've said it just there to Shelley. What a servant of boxing. The opportunity for fight fans to see him. Have you got any more for Shelley, or can we let him go on?
I've got one more. I just want to say, you mentioned about how much of a legend this man is. I said, my kids will talk about the best heavyweights and the highest knockout percentage of heavyweights of all time, and this man will stand the test of time. So I will say that is why I'm a big fan of Mr. Deontay Wilder. I don't know if you want to give us a prediction. Of course, it will be a Deontay Wilder victory, but I will ask, does it have to go inside the distance, or can this man do it over the 12?
Well, he showed with Stavern at the time he won it, he could, but I don't believe it'll go to distance.
There we go.
Shelley, thank you very much for joining us.
Once I understood what you wanted, it was easy.
My man, it was easy indeed.
Thank you so much.
What a legend, always in great spirits. Thank you, sir. And here we are. Great to hear from the horse's mouth, Mr. Shelley Finkel, as Deontay Wilder smacks those pads. We've seen so much of the jab, Oscar.
How loud is that, by the way?
So loud. It's the jab, Oscar. So much of the jab.
I hope it's a jab that we see within the first 30 seconds to a minute of the first round on Saturday night.
There is not a phone that is off in York Hall, Bethnal Green right now. The cameras are papping him. The media are filming him. We have got Deontay Wilder on British shores. Bomb Squad rings out at ringside. And just being able to watch this man up close on the pads. What an honor. And on Saturday night, we see those hands detonate in the O2 Arena as he comes up against Derek Chisora. Just a few more sleeps. I think he's enjoying the UK, Oscar.
Yeah, he loves the UK. He fought here in 2013 against Audley Harrison in Sheffield. The UK is kind of like a second home for Deontay. You mentioned, of course, the fights with Tyson Fury, which, of course, British fans wanted Tyson Fury to win, but it endeared us to the character and the personality of Deontay Wilder. This man loves the UK, he loves fish and chips, as he was telling me yesterday. So maybe he is a bit of a secondary Brit after all. Just look, I don't know if you can see on the stream, you kind of can. Look at the amount of cameras that are out that want to film this man hitting the pads. You know what they say, if 100 people tell you you're dead, lie down. If 100 people film a man like Deontay Wilder, that's how you know he's a superstar.
Boxing is a crazy, crazy sport. If someone had said 5 years ago that Derek Chisora would be going into this fight with Deontay Wilder as the favourite, they would have called you a liar. But that is the situation. Deontay Wilder does go in as an underdog. The former heavyweight champion takes on Derek Chisora at Derek Chisora's home, live on DAZN pay-per-view, DAZN.com/MF Pro to buy your pay-per-view as the president films us from ringside and Bomb Squad rings out. The British public are so excited.
And rightly so. And rightly so. I can only imagine how this place is going to go when Derek Chisora walks into the ring. I wonder how, if they do cross paths, if they get close, what's going to happen between the pair? Are we going to get a handshake? Are we going to get a hug? I said, Deontay said, we're brothers. But we're only 3 days away from them trading leather. Oh, I cannot wait. I just wonder what Derek's thinking. I wonder where he is in the building. Is he where he was before? What is going through his mind as he watches the man with 43 knockouts hit the pads ahead of fighting him on Saturday night?
Only really tapping out on the pads. Certainly not wasting any energy. They give him a clap at ringside. I believe that is the workout for Deontay Wilder. Done. Oscar Bevis is a fanboy, by the way, guys. He put the mic down to clap him. We're all fanboys living the dream. Good to see Deontay Wilder actually use up a bit of energy and put on a bit of a performance for the fans here in London. They've come out on the Wednesday night to come and watch him on the pads. And who can blame them? York Hall, Bethnal Green, the home of British boxing. How did you spend your Wednesday after work? I popped down, filmed Wilder on pads, watched Derek Chisora. Who knows what Derek Chisora is going to do? Musical chairs. Bomb Squad rings out. The British fans applaud.
It is one of the most iconic taglines in the sport of boxing. But like you said, what a brilliant way to spend your Wednesday. I believe Joe Pugh is now going to get a few words with one side of the main event, Deontay Wilder. I cannot wait to hear what he has to say. We'll hear more from him throughout the week. But just 3 days out now, I'm wondering how he's feeling. And Joe Pugh will make sure we get that all across here on MF Pro's open workout stream. Buy that pay-per-view. If you haven't already, you're a fool. If you can get a ticket and get to the O2, do so. They are, however, disintegrating rapidly.
Deontay, welcome back to London. This time, just a little bit more important. We're just days away from your 50th professional fight. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling amazing. You know, I'm very excited about Saturday night. I'm excited about fighting Derek Chisora on our both 50th anniversary of, I would say, maybe fight And I'm just happy to be here in London as well, where I get so much love. It's been amazing here.
We can hear the bomb squads all around York Hall. The last time you was here in London, yourself and Simon Jordan took the headlines, but no doubt about it, this week it's going to be you and Del taking them, right?
Oh, most definitely. You know, it's just a blessing to be alive, and it's a blessing just to experience the 50th fight. Nobody understands how much it takes, the dedication, the pride, the honor, the sacrifice to get to 50. I didn't even know it was my 50th fight until my manager, my trainer told me it's my 50th fight. You got to understand, I only got into this business to risk my life, to save a life within a girl that was born with spina bifida. And I told her I'd take care of beyond her belief, and I did that, you know, with honor and pride. But now this is our 50th fight. What better place to be? What better opponent? You know, it's kind of emotional for me because Derek is retiring, and I know as a fighter what it takes, the dedication, the sacrifice, the blood, sweat, and tears it takes to get inside this ring. You know, we risk our lives for others' entertainment. And to say we made it to 50, that's an honor.
You talk about everything you've done this for throughout your whole career, even by putting on those first pair of gloves. It's always been about family. And it's still family when you step in there on Saturday night.
Most definitely, it's still about family for sure, but at this moment in time, I'm selfish. You know, I've been selfless ever since I was 12 years old. Ever since I was 12, I've been taking care of people, you know, and as I became successful in the business, I've took care of not only my family, but other families as well. I done put other families' kids through college, you know, and I done supported other families, you know, household, cars, and different things like that. And I think I've done my duty as a human being, you know, of giving back to so many. And I do it without anyone know, anonymously, you know, and now it's my turn. It's about being selfish. It's about Deontay Wilder now. And I'm looking forward to unifying the division, what I once wanted to do and never had the opportunity. But God is so good, you know. He done put me in a situation where I had to climb myself out of. You know, I had to heal. And this is the healing version of Deontay Wilder.
Is Deontay Wilder 100% healed? Are we going to see the Deontay Wilder of old, or even a new, stronger, more ferocious version of Deontay Wilder at the O2?
This is the Deontay Wilder that everybody's been looking for, and I've been yearning for a long time. Many times I should have sat my ass down, you know, but I wanted to see what type of warrior I was. Many times I took fights off of injuries and not being able to heal to convince myself that I'll be all right. You know, I have a couple of months to train and get myself together, but the things that I was going through was way deeper than the time that I had to heal. But this is the healed version of me, mentally, physically, emotionally. I'm 100% healed with my body, my mind, and everything. So here we are, baby. I'm looking forward to it.
I was just speaking to some of your team just down there, and you've brought in a physician for this camp, a doctor. What have you done differently?
I mean, I just added to my diet. You know, I never ate bad. I just added a lot of proper things to my health, you know. I am 40 years old, but I feel 19, you know. Many times we think about age and you're like, oh, you're getting old. No, you're just getting older. We can't help how old we get. We get older every year, but we can't help how we feel, you know. And many times as humans, we get lazy. We want others to do it for us instead of we doing things for ourselves. And I just started adding more to my diet to make myself more healthier, to feel better when I go to sleep, to feel better when I wake up. You know, I truly feel like I'm 19 years old at a young age. Many times people can't guess my age. They still think I'm in my 20s, you know, and it's a blessing to be alive because nothing lasts forever. But while we're here, we can only do the best that we can.
In the build-up so far, it's been very pleasant between yourself and Derek. You seem good friends, but as it does get closer, the days carry on through this fight week. Will we see a little bit of niggle, a little bit of needle between yourself and Derek Chisora?
Yeah, we have to. You know, me and Derek are true friends, man. You know, he hate to hear me say I love him. He don't want to hear those words right now, but they know I come with nothing but love. You know, especially for my people. I love, you know, but at this moment in time, Saturday night, we must face each other. My tribe against his tribe, the elder boy against his tribe, and we got to do what we have to do. And we're going to make it the best one, a best one for his retirement and mine's moving forward. He said thou shalt not pass, but I don't believe so. It's just going to be a beautiful moment overall, you know, just sharing the ring 50th fight versus the 50th fight, and may the best man wins. No, but it's an honor to be able to share the ring with my brother, man, my true brother, and it's going to be one for the history books. I'm looking forward to the O2 as well, putting our story in those chapters. And man, I can't wait.
For Derek Chisora, he says win or lose, it will be his last fight. How confident are you that you wake up on Sunday morning and the world will be talking about a world title fight against Alexander Usyk, the winner of Wardley Dubois, these massive, massive world title fights that I know you still want?
Yeah, most definitely. I feel very, very confident in myself, especially at this moment in time on how I feel. Like I said, you know, I'm back and I'm better. This is the heel version of Deontay Wilder. There's nothing else left. No excuses, nothing, you know. This is the healed me, and I'm looking forward to holding my hands high in the sky, you know, as being victorious, you know, and we'll send Derek on to his retirement. We're gonna go fishing. We're gonna eat the Five Guys tradition, and he may come to the United States and we'll do a little talking and camping out at the house or whatever. But, you know, come Saturday night, it's going to be two warriors in the ring ready to take each other's head off. Don't be mistaken by that. You will be sitting on the edge of your seats. Make sure you grab your popcorn, your hot dog, your pizza, whatever you need, because there's going to be war up in the ring, and that you better believe.
Last one. Deontay, you've been in London for a few days now, but has the Bronze Bomber arrived in London yet?
The Bronze Bomber is here, you know, and I can't wait for Saturday night to present that to the world. The thousands that's going to be in the stands of the arena, and the millions that's going to be watching. You don't want to miss this one, I promise you.
We're hearing bomb squads. I think it'd be rude to ask, can we get a bomb squad ahead of Saturday?
1, 2, 3, bomb squad! Yeah.
Deontay Wilder, best of luck Saturday night. Thank you very much.
Well, there
Give
we
it
are.
up one more time, ladies and gentlemen, for the Bronze Bomber, Deontay Wilder.
Deontay Wilder. He ain't in a rush. He wants to give back to the fans. And what a servant that man has been to boxing. Look at him. Cool, calm, composed. What do you take away from the interview there?
That's a man who knows what he wants, knows what he believes he can do. Whether he can do it is a different thing, but that is a Deontay Wilder who is walking into the ring, believing in himself and believing that that power will come through, that ability will come through. And he will, like Joe asked him then, he believes he will walk into a fight with Alexander Usyk, Fabio Wardley, Daniel Dubois winner. There's a big heavyweight schedule coming up. This fight kicks it off, and if he wins, he'll want all the winners.
Well, there he is, Deontay Wilder, just walking down the steps near us there. That is an absolute man mountain of a heavyweight. Such a skinny bottom to the build, as people often mention, but devastating power he carries in both hands, more so the right hand, but we know that that man can bang with the left as well. We are so excited as British boxing fight fans to have this fight here on Saturday night in the O2 Arena. We've gone from like the baby home of British boxing to the other home of some cracking fights over the last couple of years. The O2, I've seen Derek Chisora fight there so many times, and soon we will see Derek Chisora in this ring behind us. Who knows what he's going to do? I've got a feeling he's going to switch it up, is what I've been told. Now, I don't want to give anything away.
Okay. I've got a feeling that we won't be seeing any pads.
I'm going to say
That's
no
my
pads, no shadow. I could be hyping something up here. I don't know what I will be seeing. Deontay actually standing there doing interviews, which surprises me. A long, grueling media day yesterday. Oscar did catch up with him, I would say, and obviously it is our platform. A very, very good interview yesterday with Deontay Wilder on the stomping ground. Go and check it out. Interesting to see the way he spoke yesterday to you.
Yeah, he flipped through every emotion. I've said it many times, but I'll say it again. If you look at the video title, he did honestly say that
Yeah, go and have a look.
It's mental. You have to watch it to understand. It's brilliant. He's raw, he's open, he's honest, and everything he said come across believable. I'm looking at a serious Deontay Wilder that's going to be walking into the ring on Saturday night.
That is what strikes me differently about Deontay Wilder to previous fight weeks. I spoke to him before both the Parker and the Zhang fight. And I don't want to be disrespectful to his mentality, but Shelley Finkel did say it was going to be a different mentality. There was times where you almost questioned what he was saying. He has been a lot more believable in himself this week. Now, I don't know what we can take from that. Sometimes the chin doesn't hold up, but in what he's saying is a lot more believable, Oscar.
Yeah, 100%. He's just been so open and honest, and I think sometimes when you are that honest and when you are that truthful, people buy into what you're saying. So maybe we are buying into something that won't happen. Maybe we're buying into a man who might sell us short. I just believe that there's something in there that's going to really deliver. I want to go back to the point because I know it's well worth it. Don't know if we got time. If we got time, not sure, because Derek Chisora is going to enter the building, and when that man comes in, all hell breaks loose.
Ladies and gentlemen, we get ready for the second half of our main event. This heavyweight showdown from the O2 Arena in London, brought to you by MF Pro and Queensberry. An icon will fall as this is their 50th matchup each. Please welcome to the ring, with an incredible record of 36 wins, 13 losses, 23 wins coming by way of knockouts. From right here in London, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Derek War Chisora.
Okay, when Lloyd's got a shortcut to Lloyd. Wait, Lloyd. And Lloyd, if you can get in big, you can see him. Round the corner, by team. Yeah, right, got to Lloyd.
Not like Derek Chisora to keep us waiting. There he is. British boxing icon, a legend. Mr. Derek Chisora wearing the iconic Union Jack face covering. If there's a man who knows what it means to be in big fights and big fights in his hometown, it is this guy. I can't wait to see what he has in store for those here at York. If you know Derek Chisora's open workouts, you know that they're never straightforward. It's never just pads. It might be musical chairs. It might be MMA. It could be anything under the sun. But what it will be is entertaining. And entertaining is a word that highlights the career of Derek War Chisora. What a man as he steps through the ropes.
DJ, look at me. DJ, look at me. Turn that shit down now. What's up? What's up? Hey. How are you, darling? What's your name? Penelope. Cool. Can't believe Daddy dragged you out here to see me.
Yeah.
Are you sure you're going to see me or Deontay?
Both.
Both. Well, good answer. What's up? How are you guys there? You good? Hey guys, thank you very much for coming, man. I really appreciate that. My old sparring partner right here. If you ever want to go to Matus, this man will get you in. Clubbing. Wow. Hey. It's coming to an end. Yes. It's coming to an end. It's quite sad. You know, a couple of years ago, we strapped up the boxing gloves. I didn't even want to box, but I just went there to save time. And then suddenly I realized I was good at it, and then I started boxing.
Wow. So today, I'm going to play a game. Ask me any question you want and you shall get the true answer. Anybody got a question? You got one? Just give the man the microphone right there.
Yes.
What's your name, brother?
Hello. My name's Chris from Boxing Bros UK. And are you going to knock Wilder out? I'm putting 200 quid on that you do it.
Don't be gambling, man. It's haram. Listen.
But I believe that this is the time
Listen,
to do
somebody's getting knocked out, and I can guarantee it's not me. Who's next? Who wants another question? Go on. Would you, the young man right there? What's your name? 1 second. What's your name?
Hussein.
Hussein. Yeah. How old are you?
I'm 12.
You're 12.
Yeah.
Who you with?
I'm with my brother. I'm a boxer as well.
Are you a boxer? Oh, well done.
My brother's professional.
Your brother's a professional. Is he winning? How many
He's
fights?
winning.
How many fights has he had?
He's had 2 so far.
Yeah, oh,
Just
well
started
done.
the professional.
Yeah, cool, man. What's your question, brother?
Out of your whole entire career, who was your hardest opponent, you think?
Hardest opponent? God honest truth, all of them. All of them, they were very hard.
If you had to pick one, who would it be?
If I had to pick one, I think I have to go with the Gypsy King. Because he whooped my ass 3 times. Any questions? Go on, young man.
Derek, I just want to say I'm a massive fan of you, by the way.
Thank you very much.
If you could go back in time and fight 5 heavyweight boxers, who would you fight?
If I go back in time and fight 5 heavyweight boxers, I would like to fight Ali, Mike Tyson, Holyfield, AJ, Riddick Bowe. Is there one more? And Floyd Mayweather. Yeah, whoop his ass. Thank you, brother. Go on. Right there, mate. Right here.
Derek, it's going to be a long night. Is there going to be a KO, yes or no?
Oh, mate, it's going to be a long night, but it's going to be a KO in there, somewhere in there. We're going to have to find it. Someone's going to KO, bro. Don't worry about it. I'm going to KO him behind you, brother.
Derek, if you beat Wilder on Saturday and Usyk was to call you up for a world title fight, what are you saying to him?
I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I beat Wilder on Saturday. I'm going to roll up a big spliff in the ring. I want to huff and puff and blow. Any more? Go on. Go on. Dreadman, right there. Rastafari, you want a question? Go on.
You've dedicated
So
your life.
what's your name?
Bobby, lad.
Nice to meet you, cuz. Yeah.
Nice to meet you too. You've dedicated your life to boxing. How has boxing shaped you inside the ring and outside the ring?
That's a good one, bro. How old are you?
15.
Man, you should run for our prime minister, bro, London, man. It's changed me in a different way, man. When I started boxing, I was not really in it 100%. And then suddenly I hooked up with David Hay. I just changed my whole life around boxing. I just started boxing, eating healthy. I stopped drinking. I've been sober now for 8 years, but I still smoke a bit of weed once in a while to heal the body up, because sometimes nothing can help me apart from healing my body, apart from smoking a couple of joints. Yeah, man, boxing has changed me. It's going to be hard for me to let it go, but I have to. Anyone? This side, come on. Go on, here, this young brother here.
You're right, Derek. My
How
name's
are you, man?
Cameron. What's your plan for after boxing?
Do you know what? I always wanted to be a porn star.
Yes. Fantastic.
No, I'm joking. I'm going to be a dad, bro. I'm just going to stay out with my kids and
nice.
just hang out with my kids, bro.
All right,
That's
sounds
it.
good.
Any more?
Derek, hey, it's Dan here from the Sports with Blake podcast. I just wanted to ask you, in 10 years' time, when you look back, what would you like this fight to represent?
In 10 years' time, if I look back, what?
What would you like this fight to represent to you?
That's a good one, bro. You know what? My last dance, my last fight, good fight. People enjoyed it. I hope that's the right answer for you, bro, because that's a good question, bro. Brother with a beanie right there.
If you had to pick one win that was your favorite, which one is it?
One win?
Yeah.
Out of my favorites?
Yeah.
Like in what sense? My kids.
Good, nice, nice.
Thank you. Next to you, bro.
It's RS Boxing TV. Derek, what's the funniest story you can tell us in boxing?
The funniest story?
Yeah.
Some of them, I don't know. What's the funniest story? I'm trying to think, because I had so many 50 fights, I have so many conversations with people. Yeah, when I told Eddie Hearn I broke there's something wrong with my hand, and he paid me more money afterwards. That's a funny story. For me. Go on.
How you doing, champ?
How are you?
Good, man. Quick question. Has your Colombian trainer taught you how to dance salsa yet?
My Colombian trainer?
Yeah. Ruben, has he taught you how to dance salsa yet?
No.
Nah?
Nah.
We need to get you dancing salsa, champ.
He can't even dance himself, bro.
Come on, come down to Champ's Barbers, bro. We'll get you dancing real nice.
I will come, bro. I will come. Thank
Let's
you very
go.
much.
God bless you, champ. All best.
Right there.
I've written you a little something. Can I come up and do it for you?
Yes.
Yeah.
You wrote me something. What did you write me? Love letter. Let's see what this guy wrote for me. Da-da, da-da, da-da. I got this guy who wrote something for me. Let me hear what he wrote for me. Go on and spill it out. Let's hear it. Yeah. Take my one.
I spy with my little eye something beginning with capital D. It's Del Boy, because that's all anyone's come to see. Not that sausage. Actually, because he's American, we can call him a wanker, can't we? Because he won't understand, will he? I'm bigger than him. War. Mr. Force you into early retirement. The big dick swinger, dare I say it, and I know that for a fact because we've been to the spa and it's a very intimidating thing to see as a white man. Is that gay? He don't care. He does not care in the slightest. Hold on. Now, I've got a question for you. In the media, it says you got the nickname Del Boy for selling cars, but Dean Powell tells me it was for selling something else. Do you care to elaborate while there's cameras on you?
Yeah, I was selling something else, but I cannot say.
Okay. What is that smell? Can you? No, it's weird, that. And look at you now. You've come so far from a Fiat Uno to an electric smart car. I mean, you've crushed it there. But John Oliver is proud of you because it's the big 50. You mix that with Deontay's, that's a ton, and that's ironic because he's going to feel a ton weight coming down on his jaw come Saturday night.
Yes, sir.
I think the highlight for me in your career is the fact that you lost your boxing licence and then somehow still got permission to have a fight at the Bowling Ground. Do you understand how many ICF fans there are that are so envious of you? Now, I should mention family life. You are the proud father to 3.
This is one of my oldest daughters.
Hello.
Angelina. Angelina, you want to sing for us? You don't want to sing for your daddy?
No.
Why not? Go on, you can sing. Go on. Go on, sing. Please? I'll let you go for sleepover at Delilah's house. Yeah? You don't want to sing? You don't sing, are you sure? If your sister should have sang. Okay. Carry on, sorry, sir.
No, that's enough from me. I just want to say we're all going to be cheering for you. You all make us extremely proud to be British, and we love you.
Thank you, my brother.
Thank you, sir.
So this is a promoter, brother Amir. Me and Amir we promoted Jake Paul and Tommy
Fury.
Yeah. And when we first met, Amir hated me.
It wasn't hate.
Yes, you hated me.
It was hate.
Yeah, you hated me. Even got to a point like you was just trying to talk crap about me. But when you got to know me, you got to love me.
You know, you're one of those guys, it just didn't make sense why they would bring you on board. And once I got to know you, it made all the sense in the world.
Yeah. So Amir, we want to give 2 tickets away to this love. Who don't have tickets to the fight? Put your hands up. Huh? For the fight? Huh? If you don't have tickets to the fight, let me know. Put your hands up. Ah, very delicious. Very delicious. You're gonna win the tickets. You know how we're gonna win the tickets? We're gonna play musical chairs. Do you wanna play musical chairs to win some tickets? Huh? Do you wanna win? You'll play? Pardon? Come here. Come, let's play. Get me some chairs, Ruben. You want to play? To win some 2 tickets? Musical chairs? You want to play? Yeah, come. You might have to win them. Big guy, come up. We are doing musical chairs. Come on, big guy, go around. Da 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 da. No, that's it, that's it. We don't do, no. Okay, where my, hey brother, come in. Where's the other guy? You're here? Where's the other, oh, you're here, boys? How many guys we got? We need to take one. We need one more, don't we? One more person. Yeah, we need one more person. We need one more. No, we don't need one more chair. We need one more person. Are you playing? Yeah. So we got 4 people here now. Who's playing? You want to play? Come. No, we don't need another chair, bro. The fuck? God damn. Hey DJ. Give me a good song, old school. Nah. Give me something good. Give me something old school, bro. No. Nah, I don't want R&B, I want fucking rock. Give me some rock, bro. What do we need a 5th chair for? Huh? Who? Oh, let me see. Oh, pink cap. I didn't pick you, bro. I didn't get you with a pink cap. I didn't pick you, bro. Did I? Ah, this guy's trying to be a sneaky one. Yeah, out. I didn't pick you, bro. I didn't know. I picked the guy behind this guy. See you later, man. No. Yo, where's the song, bro? Yo. Nah, you know what, yeah. Okay. Come around. Do you know how to play musical chairs? Do you know how to play it? Yeah? Yeah, okay. But you have to walk fast. You have to walk fast. Walk fast, bro. Walk fast. Come on. Quickly, walk fast. Walk fast, yeah. Turn it up. Take one chair out. Yeah. Hey, listen. Stand there. I'm gonna give you a present. Stand there, yeah. Everybody wins today. Okay, DJ. Fast, fast. Go on, fast. Oh no! Whoa, 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 whoa! Hold on, hold on. Nah. Okay, you know what? We'll do it again. We're running again. We're running again. Yeah. Nope. We're running again. We're running again. Play song again, bro. Go on. Go on. Deja vu! Deja vu! Hold on. You pull the chair though. Yeah, you pull the chair. Can we get a VAR, please? You pull the chair, bro. Yeah, you disqualify, you pull the chair. Stand next to your pal there. All right, let's rock and roll. All right then, let's rock and roll. DJ song. Unlucky.
Nissa, please deduct 2 tickets from Derek's purse for this game, please. Thanks, Derek.
Do I get ringside?
Oh, yeah. Derek's paying for him, absolutely. Thank you, Derek.
Give the guy 2 seats. We'll get information, we'll send you receipts. Hey, guys. Thank you very much. You want to ask some questions? Go on.
Emma. Derek, there's nothing I can say after those theatrics, but this is what we come to expect from a Derek Chisora workout. But this is the last workout. Tomorrow's going to be the last press conference, then the last weigh-in, then the last fight night. Is it going to be emotional?
Don't you work for Coogan? Or
I do.
What's happening here?
We're doing a little bit of partnership.
Partnership?
Yeah, don't worry. I haven't left Coogan.
There is not presenters out there or what, to get you?
I know. The standard is pretty low, Derek.
Amir, you got this guy to present for your shows. Why is he working for you now?
Yeah, this is the home team. You got a better option?
I don't know, man.
Young, good-looking, speaks well.
Not as good-looking as you, though, Derek.
Nah, I'm joking. Nah, it's good to have you on TV, nah.
Thank you, Del. It's going to be emotional this week, though, right?
Be honest with you, it's already emotional, you know. My daughter's like, oh, I don't want Daddy to be crying. But I'm going to be bawling out. I'm joking. But you know what? I just got to say this. You know what? Tune in on DAZN, pay-per-view. I'm going to give you the best fight you ever seen on DAZN. That's all I got to say.
How much are you looking forward to Sunday morning being a full-time dad?
I don't know. I'm going to figure out. I'm going to have to ask other dads how to be a full-time dad, because right now I'm just finding it hard. But we'll see. I'll be a good dad, but I don't know. I don't know.
Monday morning, the phone rings, you're not going to accept another fight, are you?
Monday morning, I'm going to change my phone number, bro. I'm done.
No one's going to be able to get hold of Derek Chisora on Monday. Just finally, you said it's going to be the best fight on DAZN, live on DAZN, pay-per-view. But what does happen when the bell goes, you're looking across the ring at Deontay Wilder? How does this fight play out?
Hey, you know what I bring? I bring war. There's no warming up to this fight. There's no trying to figure out the first round. There's nothing else. It's just me, hands up, gum shielding. I'm rock and roll, bro, because boxing is so easy. You know, boxing is about put your hands up and chuck punches. That's it. And that's what I'm going to do.
Well, if there's one phrase to describe Derek Chisora's long career, it probably is rock and roll. So tune in live Saturday night. We're going to hear those tunes. Oh, Derek Chisora. Oh, Derek Chisora. One last time at the O2. Best of luck, Derek.
Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, go on, brother. You won the competition. Well done, kid. You expect a white guy to win this competition because it's a white man competition to play, you know what I'm saying? So. You give your information, yeah?
Yeah, I can send my email.
Okay, cool, perfect. This motherfucker looks like he kills people and then he comes out of the fights and watch.
Hey, I'm working for Nigel Farage at the moment in Westminster.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Is he going to be there on Saturday?
I wonder why we don't really know votes because we working for us.
Derek Chisora's mic.
Get the fuck out of here.
It's still live. This is chaos, by the way, in York Hall. We didn't know any of that was going to happen. Derek's still on the mic, so you can probably still hear him. I don't know what I'm meant to say.
Shout out to the guy dressed like a young, disgraced MP who ended up throwing a woman on the floor to win 2 tickets to Chisora Wilder.
Anyway, we have got a message from MF Pro.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you all so much for coming out. We will see you at the weigh-ins on Friday, and then make sure Saturday, April 4th, O2 Arena. Get your tickets, if not globally, worldwide, exclusively on DAZN pay-per-view.
Still here.
Derek Chisora, Deontay Wilder. It's going to be a banger. Thank you all for coming out, everybody. Have a nice night.
Why do you have to say the last word? I said the last word, you have to come. You have to jump in. Why? I closed the show already, but you have to jump in. I did close it.
Oh, the camera's on us. The camera's not on us. This is the chaos of live TV, Oscar Bevis. Talk about getting thrown into the deep end. Anyway, we have got an advert now. Here is a message to you from MF Pro.
Misfits, it's a clown show. It's a complete circus. Yeah? It's WWE with gloves on. It's not real boxing.
Millions of new DAZN subscribers. Most viewed pay-per-view combat sports event of the year.
More social reach than any other promotion on the planet.
Not real boxing, right?
Nissa and Kala Sauerland, the brothers who built empires. 50 world champions and counting. Amir Abdullah, Team Tyson, boxing's best kept secret. KSI, pay-per-view killer, arena filler, the face of crossover boxing, not by luck, by force.
So what happens if we do real boxing?
What happens when the best in the world decide to fight here?
What happens when Misfits brings the same energy to the pros?
Real fighters.
Real rankings. Real stakes. Real boxing. This is MF Pro.
Well, guys, there we are. The open workouts are done. Sorry for the chaos at the end. We haven't got ears in, so we're not being cued, but the guys are working their absolute hardest. We promise. That was the open workouts here at the home of British boxing, York Hall, live on DAZN pay-per-view this Saturday night. Make sure you buy it. DAZN.com/MFPro. DAZN.com/TSG. From myself and Oscar Bevis, just lastly, what kind of fight are we going to get on Saturday?
I said there's 2 things you can guarantee about a Saturday night. One of them is entertainment and one of them is pressure. You're going to get both of them. You're going to get a fight worthy of that pay-per-view price. If you don't buy it, you're mental. If you're in the O2, lucky you. There's a few tickets left. They're disappearing quickly. If you can get there, get there. This is one not to miss. Derek Chisora versus Deontay Wilder, the 100. Mate, I cannot wait.
We cannot wait indeed. Thanks for sticking with us, guys. It's been 2.5 hours of chaos, but we got there in the end. We started in a barber shop. We ended with musical chairs, microphones on all over the gaff, but that is the chaos of live TV. We will see you tomorrow live on DAZN Boxing for the press conference.
That winning feeling. Sponsored by Oosh.